Hello, hello, hello. Who do we have out there in the void of space tonight for another Space Engineers update? Let's have a little look. Hello guys, welcome. It's good to be back. And right off the bat, I am joined, this way, by Marek. Marek, welcome back to the Keen live streams. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. There we go. Just I think volume should be good now as well. Very good. But yeah, we're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So back on both platforms. Fantastic. And we've got so much exciting stuff to go through tonight. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting, for the drop and the trailer. So we won't keep you too long here. But Marek, do you want to kind of just go over actually just how big this update is, right?
Yeah, it's really huge. There is nearly 100 new blocks or block variants, so that's a big thing. And it also is fixing more than or nearly 100 bugs. So this is also like bug fixing oriented release. And it's something different than the last update. This one is focusing on industry. So it's an interlude from Warfare, and we will get back to Warfare, later or after this one.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this update and to see again what the people will create with these new blocks and new possibilities. And I'm also excited about the future of Space Engineers and how we will work on the game in the future.
Definitely, we've got a lot of stuff ahead of us, and obviously. We said earlier this year, this is a year of war in Space Engineers, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be stuff for the builders and the people who prefer more peaceful play. So definitely, this is, I think, going to show that even though this can be, the stuff in today's update can be used in war, in the kind of the machine of war and all that, it can also be used by people who, who are not so into combat. So definitely, with that said, yeah, combat still big focus this year, and you'll see more about that a little later. And also, I think you guys have seen some of the teasers that, for the stuff that's in this update. And some of these teasers have been, these have been mods that have been created over the years. And I think, Marek also has some feelings on that as well, right, Marek?
Yeah. I want to thank the modding community, and we have included a special thank you in my blog post. Yeah,
big shout outs to the modders whose mods, have been so useful for the community and in opening their creativity. So really happy that some of these mods are kind of make it into vanilla. They've all been built up from scratch. It's not like a copy and paste kind of job. It's all the models have been created from scratch, or the build states. But still, the idea of the original way people have been playing them has via mods. So yeah, big shout out to our modders who make this community so great. And I think we cannot, give the modders in general a shout out enough. So I think, Marek, we can have a little chat in a bit, but what do you think? Do you think it's time do you reckon the chat's ready to release? What do you, let's see. Anyone in the chat, you guys ready? I think they're ready. Let's have a look here. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, they're ready. Okay. Let's roll the clip then. Let's do it.
Do you have what it takes to be a space engineer? It's not about the battleships. It's not about the resources. It's not about the gear. It's not about the technology. It's not about the armor. It's about your need to create. It's about you.
And there we go. There it is, guys. Heavy Industry and releasing today. And I think, Marek, I believe you're going to give the go-ahead to release that update, right? What do you say?
Yeah, so release, make the release.
Unleash the beast. So I'll get up the screen here as well, guys. Hold on. Let's see. So a lot of blocks in this update. I believe this is probably, including all the variants, I think this possibly could be the biggest like single release of new blocks and variants ever, I think, in a release, right? I think even going back to the release of Space Engineers out of early access, I think this really has the highest number of blocks and variants included in both the free and the DLC here. So let me just get up the title here. There we go. So let me just there we go. So let's put this here. And how was it for you, Marek, kind of developing this and shifting away from combat? Because I know you love this industry, this like really heavy metal kind of engineering side of the game. So how was it like watching these blocks come to life?
Well, it was nice.
So I was gonna do this. There we go.
Yeah. It's something I'm always looking forward to, because more engineering, more industrial stuff, that's what Space Engineers is about, you know? It's not about the opposite of that, so it's making me happy.
Definitely. It's I will jump into the game in a minute because there is a lot of stuff to get through here, and I'll just quickly show. There's that was our new kind of splash, well, one of the splash screens we've got there. So other than the update, is there anything else that you'd like to talk to the community about and shout out today?
Yeah, two things. First one is the announcement of the live stream that we together want to do next week, and also together with Olga. We'll be playing through Orangerie blueprint or scenario that one of the community members, he recreated Orangerie, our headquarters in Space Engineers, and I saw it a couple months ago, and I was like so enthusiastic about this, and I wanted to show it as early as possible, but because of COVID and everything, we didn't have a chance to set it up properly, so we waited, and next week we'll be basically playing together with Joel and Olga, maybe somebody else who will join, so we'll be playing through this Orangerie scenario, walking through the rooms and commenting, saying that, for example, this is like one-to-one a copy or replica. Somewhere there are some, details that are different. But in general, actually, I would say like it's 90% or maybe even 98% correct. So that's quite fascinating, because I know that he never visited Orangerie. So he just like got it from
pictures and stuff, yeah. And the live stream.
And the live stream that he made. So it's really fascinating, but like there are some places where he took some kind of creative freedom or some artistic license, and it's actually quite funny, because I know what is the true reality, and then things are slightly different, and it's probably also the best part about it. So this is the first thing, announcing the live stream next week, Thursday, same time like today. We'll be live streaming this scenario and having, I think, a lot of fun. And the other thing, I want to talk about the next update that we will be working on. So it will be Warfare 2, and as I hope people were guessing, and we'll be focusing on new weapons and new kinds of weapons, big improvements to combat, and quality of life changes. So this is, I would say, like high-level description of what we are.
I think this is a big one for our players. I mean, new weapons, new kinds of weapons, big improvements to combat, and quality of life changes. Yeah, so definitely some really exciting stuff coming to do with Warfare later this year. And you know, some of this stuff will definitely be, I think, bigger in terms of gameplay changes to Space Engineers as well, because that's something, of course, that we hear all the time from the players. Is, you know, you guys, you want more things from the gameplay side of things to be developed more. So this is, I think, these things will take combat to the next level. And yeah, really excited for that. We're going to go through all the DLC in just a little bit. We're going to have, we've got a couple of guests coming on today. We've got Sander, who was in charge of this update. We've got Natiq to talk about the art and all this beautiful blocks you see. And then we'll have Aaron at the Kianata to finish to answer all the questions. So definitely stick around, guys. If you've got questions, we're going to go through the blog post, go through all the new updates, features, and all the stuff included. There's a really cool scenario actually added to this, map added to this update as well. So we'll go through all that in a bit. But yeah, I know the team at Keen Software House is definitely excited for the future. And it's been how's kind of it been kind of an update, I guess, on the COVID situation, Marek? Have people been coming back to work and stuff, coming back to the office, should I say, more? They're starting to happen?
No, some of the people, but it's really rare. Most of the people are still on home office, and we need, I would say, like leaders or people who will, you know, like go by example, and they will start coming to office, and then the other people will join. Because now, when people are becoming vaccinated, you know, it starts to make sense. So some people are starting to come to the office, and we will see in coming weeks. So, but anyway, even the remote work works well, and we have been hiring a lot of people lately, thanks to, you know, like being able to actually do the remote work and having it as a standard thing in Keen. So that's very good, because we are able to hire much more people, or basically choose from bigger pool of people. So it's really great. I think it's beneficial for the game, definitely. So that's that. And other than that, I think we are doing quite well, and I'm looking forward to like bigger changes in Space Engineers that we are planning for next year. And I cannot say, you know, like the details, because we still need to clarify them. But we have, with Sander and others, we have pretty good idea about the vision of these new changes, and I think there will be bigger changes, and we need to trickle down the details of these changes and improvements, and then we'll look on them. But for me, it will be quite a big step in Space Engineers. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Definitely.
To what we will do next year.
Yeah, still, I know there's always a speculation of like, oh, you know, is there still more updates coming? And yes, there is plenty of things in the works. And, you know, we are constantly looking and assessing how the community is changing and evolving, and seeing how the players, the biggest requests and the requests kind of shift as well, because I think there are the big ones, you know, obviously water and NPCs are ones that have always been there, but there's been, I think sometimes the shift and the feeling of the sentiment of the community can sometimes change towards certain areas, like even more so. So definitely we're always kind of paying attention to what's what's going on there, and I think you guys will be happy with some of the bigger things we have planned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I think, Marek, we have a slight issue. The DLC, I believe, isn't released yet. So I think I'm seeing some comments in the chat that you guys aren't able to pick up the DLC yet. Is that correct?
Erin is signaling something. So.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Is it live on the Keen store, or is it not live anywhere? Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so apparently it's unlocked in 7 hours on Steam. So Steam, it's releasing on 7 hours. I'm just curious. Also releasing today in the update is the sounds of Space Engineers. So yes, you'll be able to play all of these fantastic tracks that you've been hearing through the intro and through the current the stream so far. All of these tracks, you know, the very kind of action, this elevator music, and more will all be available via the sound block and jukebox for you guys to listen to some stuff in the game now. So that's also finally there. And yeah, big congrats again to all those fantastic competitors who won that.
Yeah. And by the way, I almost forget to mention that I have a new blog post out. So if you go to blog.marekrosa.org, or I'm sure Erin has been posting it to the chat, you can read like much more details about this update.
Yeah, we'll be going over that. I believe we'll go over that in a second with Sander here. Yeah. You've got a brand new site actually, Marek, a brand new website for it's looking very nice, very nice indeed.
Updated.
I think it's live on Xbox. I'm seeing. I think Xbox is live.
And Joel, what about the free update?
Yes, so we're gonna the free update. I think like the update itself, I believe has gone out. Yeah, so I'm seeing the update's gone out, but the DLC is not released yet. So people can access the the armor panels and the small merge block and the magnetic plate, but the DLC is currently not accessible yet. From what so the Steam is live. Steam is live for the core update, and Xbox is live for both. So there we go.
That's good.
Fantastic. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing how you guys find the content in this, and I'm going to show you in a bit some of the amazing things that can be created with these new blocks. Like our designers did some made some models for this, for the kind of screenshots and stuff, and the potential which is unlocked with this new stuff is awesome. Like there's some really cool things in here, and one of the things that actually showcases that is a brand new custom game, which is called Pertam Orbiter, and I'll show you that in just a little bit here. So it's like a new, not a scenario, but a bit like the Red Ship Station. So a brand new kind of custom game for you guys to play around on now. So I'll show that in a bit as well. Let's see, I'm trying to get here. Fantastic, and we'll probably get here. Let's see, just check this. Is there anything else today, Marek, you would like to discuss the community? Or are you going to sit back and watch, read all the comments and follow the community along here?
Yeah. And I will watch the discussion between you and Sander and so on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much then, Marek, for coming on today. And yeah, it's always good to have you. And we'll see you next week for that Keen office tour, which we're going to have like, 2 cameras. Like we'll have the in-game camera walking around the in-game blueprint, and then a real-life camera walking around the real-life thing. So I'm really excited for that. And see how everyone finds that, and just to see how accurate it is. Actually, it looks very good.
Good. So thank you, Joel. Thank you, everyone, and bye.
Thanks, Marek. Thank you very much.
Really briefly, just a tiny interruption. You're going to get a little quick disembodied head here.
A bonus, Kianata. Hello, Kianata.
Bonus appearance. So we are working on resolving an issue with Steam, where it's showing that it won't release for another 7 hours, but we are working to try and get that released sooner.
ASAP, yep.
Yeah, hopefully I don't know, nowish. Also, good job on our website, our blog, and our store page. You have buried them. They will be back up shortly. We're working on that as well. So thank you all very much. That's it.
Yeah, I was trying to get onto it myself now. So I think am I going to get Sanders ready to come on now? Fantastic. Okay, let's get Sander on then. There we go.
Hello. I hope you can hear and see me.
Sander, hello, welcome. It's out.
Hello.
Another Space Engineers update is here.
Exciting.
And actually, I'm going to use the backdrop of Pertam Orbiter as the background here. So if you guys come under New Game and then Custom Game and you scroll down, we have a brand new scenario called Pertam Orbiter, which really nicely showcases off these new blocks and new vibes. So I'll come in here while we're waiting. I'll just put it on creator mode as well. So this is how you find the new scenario. But how's it been though, man? How's it been developing heavy industry?
It's exciting. We have so much new stuff, like a whole lot of new blocks, a couple of, I think, like small but really cool features. I think mostly veteran players will really appreciate this. Those are the changes to the power systems and the handbrake. And I'm sure we'll get into those like in detail a bit more. They are, yeah, they're subtle, but I think they're quite big ultimately. And they should also enable a couple of new things for our modding community. So that's interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna go through that. I'm actually trying to get the. It's funny because the blog post has been overwhelmed right now. Never had that before. So I would flick over this here and try and show some of the GIFs to show it off. But
it has finally loaded from. Well, I think the server is slightly.
Yeah, it's overwhelmed. That's a first. That's a first there. Hold on a second.
Oh my God, that's. Well, I'm just super happy everybody's so excited about this that we managed to crash the servers and overload the system.
Yeah, so we'll have to. I've got the Google doc up here. I can read through here. So one of the main things is that there's two main changes to behavior, which is both the brake toggle and the power toggle. So if I can. Yeah, this is good. Let's see here. So if I read this out. Basically, the default behavior for the parking brake meant that at any time it was triggered, all grids attached via connectors or landing gears or part wheels would all toggle. This would cause unexpected behavior and often result in a great deal of clang. So what's new, this update improves the behavior by adding a toggle option to connectors, landing gear and wheels that will allow you to ignore the parking brake functionality. Additionally, parking behavior has been streamlined and unified, allowing you to trigger parking actions on cockpits using timers. The second one is the power toggle, which is the default behavior for toggling power had the desired effect of impacting all grids, subgrids, and connector grids. This made it very hard to control large or complex constructions and was especially problematic when landing at a charging station or base. Default behavior made the simple action of docking overly complex. So the new things is that several changes are being made to improve the behavior of the power toggle. Docking and subgrids and alternative power supply configurations should now all operate in much more intuitive manner. The current functionality of pressing Y has been remapped to Control Y, so turning off everything, Control Y. Pressing Y will only affect the current grid and no longer toggle power off on any subgrids. By default, connectors on the current grid do not transfer power when power has been toggled off with Y, and this new functionality can be overridden with the setting in the connector. Connectors no longer require any power themselves to function. This will allow you to connect a rover that ran out of battery power, for example. This should aid in recovery and salvage operations. So there's just a quick rundown of the blog post there I've accessed. So hopefully that covers some of the changes. But this was a really nice quality of life change, because I know myself, I've had some accidents of the P and the Y, the button there.
Yeah.
So
those used to be quite dangerous to press, and from my point of view, it's not really a good thing when the game teaches you to press a button and then that button actually completely destroys whatever you've spent hours on working to make perfect. So with these changes, I'm pretty sure that people will be happy with them, and you can now relatively safely press power to toggle it on and off again, or off and on. Without stuff falling off your connectors or your landing gears or all that sort of stuff.
And
so
I know some of the, especially people that have more complex build, that's going to be, who have many subgrids and all kinds of things, it's going to be a lifesaver.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So if you, for example, build like your cargo ship and you have like a little container that you stuck to it, you can now press the Y button, like the power button, and that will just toggle off your power for your ship whenever you docked it, for example. But then your cargo container that you connected with a connector, it will still be attached as long as you actually toggled off the power, using the power button to connect that. So that should be really cool.
And I know that a lot of people in general, some players aren't so interested in like new blocks. They really want quality of life things to the existing game. And as well as these changes, there's also a bunch of bug fixes as well. I think over 100 bug fixes as well there. So hopefully I hope that the issue that you may have been having the last couple of months has been addressed with one of those fixes. And the guys are always looking to optimize the game and improve the game and fix bugs. So that always gets asked, are you guys still fixing bugs? Are you still optimizing? And it's an ongoing effort. It will be going on forever in that sense. For as long as the game is being developed, they'll always be looking at ways to improve what's already there. Actually, right now, standing on the screen, I've got one of the really nice new blocks, which is the Advanced Refinery Reskin, which actually has, you're able to walk through it and connect up the catwalk blocks to connect that there. It's the same thing over here with the Advanced Assembler Reskin as well here. So some of the really fantastic artwork by our artists, which we'll definitely be going over later with Natiq in more detail. But again, we were trying to... Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, some of these blocks, I think they look amazing, and the art team did a really great job. There's especially the refinery and assembler. I think the fact that you can walk up to them and walk through them, it allows you to create a lot more interesting sort of designs in your industrial environments, and I think it's really cool.
And of course, one of the things was for this update, trying to, we always were looking at what to add in the base game as part of the free update, and what to add as the premium part of the update. And so one of the big things is armor plates, right, guys? And armor plates has been a request, armor panel, should I say, is one of the biggest requests for armor variants that we've had for a long time. And as of this update, we now have 16 new variants of armor panels here. So many, and coming in both the small grid and the large grid variant, and in heavy armor and light armor here. So super, I'm actually going to show you in a little bit here some of the potential of what you can do with these armor panels. This is a fantastic...
Yeah, it's 64 in total. There's a lot of them, and I think we have to give credit to the modders for this one as well.
Definitely,
they've been making similar things to this for several years now, and I think it's been long overdue that they should have been added to the vanilla game. So here they are.
And what they allow for is actually doing like diagonal, diagonal coloring and so on like that. Like here we have some armor blocks, and you have the half panels to kind of have this half painted slab here next to the connector with the new hazard skin, of course, another long requested skin. So for making those kind of danger zones or industrial areas, having these having the hazard print is going to be very useful, I think.
Absolutely.
The scenario is so nice, though. If I come over here, there's a couple of things to check out. Actually, I think this ship down here has some armor panels featured on it. And one of the other things about armor panels is that not just the armor panels themselves, but the construction states of the armor panels also add a lot of building potential, right? So this is the construction states of one of the armor panels. And we know that players use these in really clever ways as well.
Yeah, that's one of the things we think about when we design new kind of blocks, that, not just the final finished version of the block should look good, but also the construction stages. They can add a lot of cool details to blocks that you normally don't really think about. So I think that's something, especially for like the creative players who just plump down a lot of blocks. Actually, if you like grind them down, you may get some really exciting, interesting shapes for them as well. A good example of that is perhaps the storage racks that we added in the Wasteland update. They have different versions of the storage racks that have different components in them depending on how much you roll them up. And we try to do something similar in this case with like these armor panels and a couple of the other blocks as well that have really cool and interesting shapes and cool stuff for it.
And I mean, I'm so some of the blocks that I'm so happy about in the free update. We've got the small 1x1 merge blocks. So this has also been a huge. Oh, I can't spell. A huge request. Highly requested. So here it is. Little 1x1 merges. In comparison to the standard merge blocks for small grid. So this is another big request. So be it for missiles or be it for mechs, who knows what you're building, but having this on small grid is going to open up, again, so many possibilities for those more complicated builds, actually.
Absolutely.
And also, I'm overwhelmed, honestly, because I actually haven't explored this world so much. I love this ship. The guys have used the new beam blocks here, and go on, man.
this whole scenario, I have to say, it's so amazing. It's not a scenario. It's like a custom start world, of course, but this was made by Aragath, and I think he once again outdid himself in terms of how awesome this thing looks. Not only this little dropship, but the whole station looks amazing. And
Definitely.
there's a really cool. One of my favorite parts of it is the drop pod. It's really exciting when you launch yourself down.
I haven't found that yet, actually. I haven't found the drop pods.
Okay, you gotta we gotta show it, man.
Oh, okay, we got to show the drop pod
so
off.
cool.
All right.
Absolutely, it's amazing.
Let's see here. I'm just showing off some of the beam blocks here. But this also is part of the free update. We have the magnetic.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. I was doing a weird thing where I said before. Also, part of the free update is the magnetic plates.
Right. The mag plates are part of the free update. Yeah.
So these are the flat magnetic plates here, and what it allows you to do is to create your own custom landing gear. So here we have this ship. It's able to lock onto this platform here, and they've basically made their own landing gear out of beam blocks and these flat panels. I think, was this one of the first things we decided on? Do you remember, Sander?
It might have been. I think the merge block was also quite early on in development.
Yeah.
I don't remember quite which one came first, but these ones were quite highly requested as well, I feel. And I think the mag plates allowed a lot of cool new stuff that just wasn't possible before with like the big landing gear, especially for people who like to build mechs or, of course, like cool looking aircraft or other spaceships that have like cool, legs coming out. It should be really easy to do those things now, and I think it looks really cool. And they also have a really cool footprint when you drop down on a planet.
Oh yeah, they actually when you land on Voxel, they actually leave an imprint in the sand or whatever, right? I haven't seen that. There's some things in this update I haven't seen yet. Some of these smaller polishings I haven't seen. But again, both in kind of making custom landing gears, but also in mechanical devices, having the functionality of a landing gear, which originally, is not always the slimmest of things, actually opens up, again, so much potential here. So there's the regular landing gear, which is 3 by 1, I think. Is it, or 2 by 2? No, yeah, by 2. 3 by 2 by 1. Having it in just a 1 by 1 flat package that you can just put on the bottom of a ship is so nice. Because I always had the problem sometimes I wanted to have a super streamlined, sleek build, and it was hard to. You either had them on the bottom, which would stick out, or you'd have to kind of embed them inside, which wasn't always the easiest if you had a really slim build. So just slapping these in the bottom of a grid is going to allow for these smaller builds or more compact builds to have very like slim profiles, but also still have that landing gear functionality there. So. Really, really excited about seeing the use of these blocks here. I mean, these are the biggest things here in the free update. The 1 by 1 small grid merge, the 64 variants of armor panels, and the magnetic plate as well. You may have saw in the trailer or the intro that we have some posters. There's also, I think, is it 4? How many posters is there?
3, I believe.
3
and
new.
they look amazing. Yeah, they're really cool.
See, are they in the station at all? I think there's one here.
Yeah, there should be a few. And I believe Natiq's going to say more about them, but they were made by our artist, Mike, and Mike's done a really good job with these things.
There we go.
I think they look so cool.
Part of the war effort. I think that was part of the idea of this update was this kind of in-between update between warfare where this stuff can be used by all sorts of players, but it's also really useful. It's also kind of tying it together with this kind of like war effort thing, right? Theme.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Oh, there's the last one. There's the 3. We want you. So there's the 3 ones that you guys can put around your base.
Classic one, of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So let's see, man. Is the blog up yet? Do you know?
Ooh, I can try and reload it, see if it works, but it's struggling a bit. It's sort of loaded for me, but like half the images are like not loading.
Okay. Well, I think we'll wait on that again for a bit then.
Yeah.
So maybe tell us again, maybe some other parts of the update. What was maybe the most challenging part of this update? would you say?
Oof. Well, actually, the changes to the features of the power and brake system, those are features that have been in the game for so long, you know, like years and years, basically since I think the first release of the game. And when you're changing such fundamental things, it's very hard to like do it right and make sure nothing else breaks. So we did actually spend quite a lot of time going back and forth with, you know, the designers and programmers and making sure it's actually working as it should. And there's no weird, crazy bugs or any weirdness with it. And from what I understand, the programmers actually had to do quite a lot of work to rewrite a lot of the way the electrical systems work, especially for the power toggle.
Okay.
And just the way the whole power grid works, like when you have a subgrid, that it's actually a different grid, and it's the whole power doesn't automatically transfer between everything. So the programmers did have to like redo a lot of that sort of stuff. But the way it's done now, it is allowing a lot more flexibility. And so I believe, from what I understand, a lot of modders are quite happy with this change as well, because it allows them to do some really cool new things that were just not possible before.
Fantastic.
So that's really cool.
Always having more support for modders is always amazing, because you know, while the updates are being developed, the modders are releasing content constantly, and definitely it helps the community thrive so massively, actually. So more power to the modders. I always believe in that. I would give them as much as possible, unlimited power and all that.
Well, they have a lot more power now. The power changes. So yeah, that's great.
So I'm trying to. There's so many blocks to show off, guys. Honestly, I mean, if this does come into the industry blocks here, these are all the industry blocks. We've got new hydrogen thrusters. We've got new cylindrical columns. We have conveyor pipes, new tanks. Similar to the magnetic plate, but a lot chunkier, is what we have. This is called the large magnetic plate, and it looks like. Hold on, let me put some small blocks on this here. It looks like this. It'd be perfect.
A big boy.
Yeah, it's 3 by 3 by 3, I think. So perfect for like cranes and stuff. And I think in the trailer and one of the blog post gifs, I use it on like a forklift. Well, not a forklift, like a mini kind of picker-upper thing here. So it's got this rounded shape. This is the small grid variant here. And the large grid variant is absolutely massive here. And I think I'm going to have to come back down to this ship. Let's see. Is that half blocks under there? Nope, it's good. Okay. Is that enough room? Maybe. There it is. Oh man.
It's quite big.
Just about fit it in there. Let's just go up. Okay. This could potentially also be used as landing gear for mega ships.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is. You can definitely use it like that. You can. It is. I think, a really cool looking block, and it's so chunky and big. You know, it's like awesome for if you have this massive starship and you just want like a big fat landing foot and you know, plop it down. That's perfect for that. 3 by
3 by 3 by 2 is the size of this one.
Yep.
And then some of this, because it's so massive here, you might have to do some kind of adapting it where you actually kind of round it off like this, right? Let's see, we've got the triangle part. I need the other one. It's a little bit of, let's see here, mid tip. There you go. So you might want to do some like rounding off and stuff for it, because it's absolutely huge. But the detail, I mean, our artists continue to kind of push the level of quality on the blocks that we create. It's they're always finding, you know, new ways to new methods, and kind of really getting the most out of the engine in terms of visuals. And in a bit, we're going to have Natiq on. He'll be talking more and going through some of the screenshots and stuff like that. So that's another one of the blocks there. But we'll definitely get on to the art in more detail in a bit here. Let's see. What's your favorite block, Sander?
Ooh, from the DLC part, it's so hard to choose because they're so cool. Like there's a lot of them that are really cool. I think the girders are, from my point of view, one of the cooler blocks we added, and I also really like the hydrogen tank. just this round shape, you know, it's so different from the existing hydrogen tank, and it fits really well with the new thruster, of course. And I mean, yeah, there's just so many cool blocks, you know. It's like hard to say which one is the best, because they're all cool in my opinion. But yeah.
Here we have the industrial hydrogen thrusters here, both large and small and large variants here, like super detailed, super kind of industrial looking tanks and all that stuff. And even inside, the textures inside are also really cool, actually. Oh, that's strange. Okay, I'll have to, let's see. So I knew it because I was doing some kind of like videos like of GIFs inside here. So they got some really cool patterns inside here.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
these
really well,
are
nicely detailed.
Let's have a look. And again, this is not really incorporated into a ship. I think this ship was possibly the ship does. This does have them. This has the small ones there. So
yeah. I believe all the new blocks are in this this station somewhere.
I know that there's some great screenshots we're going to go through in a bit with Natiq. Actually, some of them showing the pipes. Okay, so again, I'm kind of randomly picking some here because obviously for now we haven't got all the time in the world to go for all of them, but we'll get to it, I think, across the course of the stream here. And I see lots of questions in the chat, guys. I'm sorry we haven't been answering the questions in chat. There will be a chance for Q&A at the end of the stream with Kianata. He's going to be pulling some of the most popular questions. And if you guys have any issues or just general feedback, we'll be trying to get to that in a bit. So just hold the questions for a little bit, and we'll try and get to that in a bit. We'll try and get through as much of the update here with Sander. So do you want to go through? I mean, we could go system. If I can get the blog post up, that would be the best. Oh, it's up now. Okay, here we go. I have it now. Great.
Ooh, all right, awesome.
In that case, we can go through this. I hope. We'll just keep that up. And then we can just quickly go over all the contents, like, you know, with the community here. Does that sound a good plan to you, Sander?
Yeah, for sure. Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. In the meantime, I really want to show off a really cool build.
It's sort of, well, for me, it has loaded, but I'm still not seeing the images, but that's okay.
Oh. Overwhelm the website.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still taking a while on that there. Is there any notable like bug fixes that you could probably call out, Sander, or is it best to look at refer to the?
There are a lot of them. Like, it's hard to say what are the main ones because I honestly don't remember because there are so many of them. Yeah, which one was there? A lot of like bugs that were introduced like with animations and stuff in the Warfare update have been fixed, I believe. A bunch of new crash bugs or like crash bugs that were in the game for a while have been fixed, I believe. Honestly, I don't know that much more about like which bugs have all been fixed.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, people, probably best to refer to the changelog, I think, for that stuff.
Yeah, the changelog should have all of them, and it's huge. I've seen the changelog. It's very big.
Let's see here. I want to show off on stream here one of the coolest builds. It's hidden off somewhere on this map. I really want to, and actually we're going to play on this later on a dedicated server. I think Climb is going to set up a dedicated server this in a bit, but I want to show it off because one of my favorite builds using armor panels. Is it hiding inside this hangar? There it is. Look at this. Let me get it out of the hangar here. Hold on. I never even thought that armor panels could be... Oh, it crashed. Never even thought that armor panels could be used this way. Hold on. Hold on a second here. And... there we go. Look at that. It's got glass on the side. It's basically created a custom cockpit here with a mix of small ship glass and armor panels. And this is done by our level designer, Miko, or Smoky, as you guys may know him as. But an absolutely beautiful use of armor panels here. You just jump out. I mean, look at this. Got some beam blocks in the front, But I love the side. It's so cool seeing this the side where he's got one large, I guess, 3x2 glass panel and then armor panels around it to kind of create this window cutout. And that is what you can do with armor panels, be it custom cutouts, be it custom paint jobs like, you know, stripy diagonal paint jobs on ships. They open up a whole range of possibilities for both like structural, but also from like a visual point of view. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on this world real quick to show off this, and you can kind of see he's got this kind of arch here as well using the armor panels and the back.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really love it. It's like the little fender in the back there. It's really cool. We gotta show the drop pod though.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to that. Yeah,
my personal favorite parts of this whole this whole world.
Okay, that's the first world, the Pertam Orbiter, right?
Oh right, sorry. I thought we were. Okay. Yeah,
I stealthily switched there. I stealthily switched.
I didn't even notice. I was looking at the website.
And I have word. The DLC is released, guys. You can now pick up the DLC for $3.99 or your equivalent regional pricing. So it's out. Let me just switch back here. I've got the blog post as well, I think. Yes, I do. Very nice. Oh, no, I don't have the pictures yet. Still overwhelmed. Still overwhelmed.
Oh, no. It has kind of loaded for me. I've got the pictures now.
Okay, I think it just takes a while. Yeah. I think you just have to be patient.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Great.
Awesome.
Let's see. Checking that I've... Okay. See where the... There's a lot of stuff in chat here. Catch up. Check this is good. Even that's it's interesting though. You've got it? Got it? Nice.
Awesome.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, I'm gonna keep that off to the side there. Let me jump back on Pertam Orbiter. Okay, there we go. Oh, I think I turned autosave off. That's good. It's a shame I can't get this because I want to. Maybe. Oh, hello. It's. Oh, I see. That's the actual blog there. Okay. Is the okay.
Is it working?
I think so. I'm just trying to get this up. Okay. That was quick. I feel like it finally went live. People have been like, oh, and then it just suddenly boom. Done. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm back on the Pertam Orbiter here. So maybe you want to guide me to the drop pod here.
I believe it's hidden in the small asteroid where the dropship is on top of, if I'm not mistaken.
So I'll show the guys off the music in here as well.
Oh yeah, we have the new music from the contest.
You got some lo-fi? You have to add it yourself. Obviously, you come in here and like a sound block, you have to add the music you want to add to it, but...
Time for some sea shanties.
Wait, where's... There we go. Or the elevator music, of course.
Of course. That's one of the best, to be honest.
I feel like this will be the most used. Just because of its like ambient nature. Going down a mining shaft, you know, or... I love this room. So let me try and see if I can find this other area here. Oh yes, the yellow buttons on this is functional as well. Where's it gone? Yeah. It's 3 buttons in the end. There was some speculation if it was just going to be one, the big red one, but no, the small ones are there as well, so.
Yep.
Okay, let's find, I think it might be this part of it. Let's have a look.
It's kind of tricky for me to guide you because your stream is like a few seconds behind.
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I feel like this might be it. There's some... here's the new round hydrogen tank. We have the tubes as well. It's so cool though having this button, being able to put this button panel... Like, obviously you have the classic one, which has even more buttons, but having this upright one like this for like specific machinery inside a base is super, super nice actually. There's another area here. Okay. Yeah, this is the drop pod, isn't it? Yeah, I can see a little hatch here. Okay, I can see it. That's a nice little touch there. It's got... I wonder, see if you can apply stripes to the inside of this gate. I mean, I guess this is from... If you color this with the hazard pattern. It's interesting, okay. Yeah, this looks like a little drop pod to me. Launch. Oh! Oh, where am I? Okay, some explosions happened. I think that I think the door, I think the hinge door didn't come off in time. Free falling.
Well, that's okay.
Free falling down to Pertam. Ah. And the door's malfunctioned.
Well, that's an old base, you know. That's fine. As long as the parachute still works, you should be okay.
Off to Pertam, there we go. So that was unexpected.
So, one-way trip.
Aghayev says that happens sometimes. Okay, so you can sometimes expect that from Pertam Orbiter. Not that... So there we go. I have the blog post up here, though. I won't explore the rest of this scenario, guys. I'll let you guys explore it. I just wanted to give you a taste of, you know, what you can expect from Pertam Orbiter, which you can find... I should specify, it's a scenario, but not like a scenario, more like a custom game. Like the classic scenarios, like the red ship and the blue-green station, for example. So, but still, it's something new for you to kind of just use and experiment. Or you can even start your survival out here if you really wanted to as well. So, it's... I say lovingly crafted by our designers. It's very, very nice indeed. I love the kind of the ambience in here. So let's do that. I will get on to the blog post now and we'll go through this.
Yep.
And quickly flick through this, and then we're going to get Natiq on to talk about the art in a little bit here. So,
all right.
Here we go. We mentioned that. So, July 28th, 2021. Let's go turn this down and put this up. And we'll kind of flick over some of it here because we've kind of discussed the intro already. You guys can see all the summary of the update and the heavy industry pack. Okay, maybe not all the not all the images have loaded yet. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, we can still talk about it, I guess. There's some very nice GIFs there that should be there, but I guess they're still having oh, no, they're coming. I think just they're coming here. Here they come. If I scroll down the page, it will load all the images in here. Let's have a look.
That's interesting.
Force it to load them. Yeah, I think it's, again, we've never had this before, but I think the blog is being overwhelmed a little bit here.
Yeah.
It's coming in now. Okay, great. There we go. There we go. Fantastic. So... go across? No, I can't. Okay, so part of the free update, we've already kind of gone over it. We had the armor panels, 16 shapes, light and heavy variants, and small and large grids. So a huge amount of potential, probably the highest amount of potential especially when you consider the construction models, the build stages of these blocks as well, and all the new usages that you can use for this. You can use it in. The small grid merge, which was this was something that a big personal request as well for a while. And I think it was possibly the first part of the update that was actually kind of approved, or like we agreed on. So really happy to get that out. We have the magnetic plate, both large and small grid variants here. Again, for making custom landing gear, it's perfect. If I zoom in, can I scroll across? No, I can't. Okay. It goes out a little bit then. And propaganda poster LCD images. There's now 3 new fantastic images made by our art team here, which for you to decorate the bases in. And we had the Pertam Orbiter scenario, which I just kind of showed you a little bit of. This is the improved brake toggle. The quality of life change. That's I know that people are going to really... I'll show that in game a little bit as well. You can kind of see on the GIF here, there's a new option that says allow parking brake in the inside the terminal now for these blocks. Have the... Yeah,
this is, I think, one of the bigger changes in the game. You know, the parking brake and the power toggle. I'm still like really happy how we managed to do this. This is one of the cooler things.
Definitely. And as I was saying, I think for builders of more complex builds, this is going to be lifesavers in some situations, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
A shout out to the modders for, definitely for the continued support, collaboration, and inspiration. Some of these guys we spoke with while developing this update. Obviously, the armor panels, I think Uncle Steve possibly was the first person to make armor panels. And then since then, I think more recently, the AQD expansion from Enenra. And I think SE modded too. Maybe all of these players have done armor panels. I'm not sure. They might just be general. I think that these are also for the magnetic plates as well, right?
Yeah. Possibly 1 or 2 for the small grid merge block. I know there is a modded version of it, but I believe it did have some issues because I think needed to do some under the hood kind of stuff to make it actually work.
Right.
Or at least work properly. So that was a small thing, but I'm not honestly I'm not entirely sure which one of these modders did what thing, but I think we're all really grateful that
because
we got them.
The links here are for the actual profiles rather than the actual mods. So I think players out there will definitely know which mods those apply to, though. So really, really big shout outs and claps to you guys out there. And all can I say, keep it up. Keep the fantastic modding work. Definitely.
Great stuff.
Next up, we have the Sounds of Space Engineers music update. I know you guys finally, we had 300 entries or something? And we eventually picked...
There's so many good ones.
And you actually helped vote, right, Sander? I think you were involved with the voting. Oh, was that...
I don't think I was, but...
It may have been... Okay. No, you weren't involved. Oh, man. I think it was possibly before. I can't remember now. But, so 15 tracks plus the bonus Space Elevator by Gordon as well there. So these can be found in the sound blocks and in the jukebox. So definitely some ambient music for your ships and stations.
Absolutely.
Next, we come on to the heavy industry pack here. And available on... Go Heather.
Oh, no, sorry, you go on.
I'm being slow, it's okay. So available on Steam and on Xbox right now. It's now live for $3.99, or your regional equivalent. And we're going to go through some of the content here. And I'll just zoom in on this, I think, a little bit. There we go. So we had the large magnetic plate. Obviously, in the free update, you had the flat one, the kind of very flat panels. These ones are chunkier here, and you can see how you might use them on some of your constructions. There's a little kind of small grid crane and like a large grid chunker there. We have the beam blocks, 10 variants of beam blocks, which I believe have the same, do you know what they're made of? Is it the same as armor blocks, right?
I believe so. Yeah, they are. I believe made of. Actually, no. They, I think, are interior plates and construction components, if I am not mistaken. But I believe Aragath will be able to say more about that in the chat.
We have the industrial conveyor pipes, a departure from the classic angular conveyor design. These industrial conveyor pipes in 4 variants, which also includes a new conveyor sorter, which is, again, fantastic models here. And having these tubes can really, like, we don't have that much rounded stuff in Space Engineers, you know, and I think some people are often asking, like, more love for the rounded blocks. And it's actually quite nice when you get a mix of angular and also rounded blocks in the game. So I've got some more pictures later on from Natiq showing off some builds using these pipes, and I can tell you it's really, really great here.
Yep, they're awesome. I think that the cool thing with these conveyor pipes as well is, like, some of the straight ones, they're just like straight, and then you have this one with like a little flange around it, and so you can build a lot more cool detailed sort of conveyors that are a bit more visually interesting than the standard ones. And I think that's a really cool thing to, like, visually make your stuff look nice.
Definitely. Cylindrical column, which is, again, it's the same space as the small column, but it's just absolutely massive. This takes up like a whole block space, but they're quite detailed, and they look great in concrete as well. So there's, even with some of the, when applied with some of the other armor skins, these columns can look really, really amazing, actually. I haven't showed these off in game up close, but they've been in the background kind of helping with the detail of some of these builds.
Yeah, absolutely. They're like, again, like similar to the conveyor pipes. I think it's really cool to allow you to create like some different visual styles. And additionally, these columns, they are really nice if you stack them on top of each other and then put a windmill on top of it, for example. You can make some really nice poles with it.
Yeah.
Or the radar dish or antenna dish from the Frostbite DLC. That one's really nice as well to combine with this one.
Definitely.
So there's some really cool stuff you can do with it.
As always, it's going to take like a couple days, maybe then after a week there'll be a ton of builds using all these new stuff, which is always exciting to see. The big red button, the vertical button panel.
A great big favorite, I think. A lot of people seem to like that in the teaser we posted a couple of weeks ago. I think it was. When was it? I don't remember exactly, but big red button. Everybody loves a big red button. And as you said, like both the other 2 buttons are usable as well. So you can maybe build an elevator or like some machinery, with like go up, go down, and like the big one if you want to stop it or explode something. Who knows? Whatever you want to do with it.
Definitely. It's I love just seeing it next to the exact component that it controls. It looks so nice there.
Yeah. We've
got the hydrogen tank reskin. Striking spherical design, high pressure hydrogen storage tank, more round blocks. So actually, there's a lot of rounded blocks in this, and they all kind of work quite nicely with the pipes and stuff. Actually, I think this and the thrusters as well, which we'll get to.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have the tanks, we have the large cargo container reskin. Also, ton of detail, ton of kind of greebling, you might say, on this build. And I haven't actually shown that in game, I don't think, yet. So we'll have to show this industrial style cargo container, which just looks amazing. I mean,
it's been in the background of some of the shots that you've shown, I believe. But it's because there's so much cool detail in a lot of these new blocks. It's kind of hard to like individually see a lot of them, because I think for a lot of players, if they're not used to seeing it, there's like a new block and you're like, hey, what am I looking at here? What is this cool thing? And then
like this image here,
and it's like,
like the actual splash banner, there's just so much going on. And I know it was like people were like breaking it down. The stream announcement, like, oh, there's that, because actually you can see it just above your head here, the large cargo, but it maybe not have been clear exactly what it was before this. So that's the large cargo. We have the industrial refinery. And just like the assembly below it, it has areas that you can walk inside it and connect up with the existing catwalk blocks. So a really interesting way to... It obviously some way limits the way you orientate it, because if you have it on the side and stuff, you won't be able to do that without some kind of shift in gravity. But if you do happen to have it in the upright position, allows some really cool ways to kind of integrate it in a base and save space and stuff. So it's just amazing. The guys, the artists just keep pushing themselves to the max with this stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the same here.
The team's doing a great job.
Definitely. I know you had fun kind of because they looked a bit different, and I think there was some collaboration as to where how much walking throughness they should have, right, and so on. There was discussions about where to put the railings and so on. So
yeah, exactly. There's been a bit of like back and forth with these things, but I really like how that turned out in the end. They're looking really cool.
And 2 final things here. We have the industrial hydrogen thrusters, which again look fantastic. I haven't shown all the variants yet. Even the small grid have these like a lot of pipes here, so I have to jump back in game and show them here. But I think this will again combine with the new pipes. Look really good to mix up that kind of more angular classic look that SE's had. So really excited to see these in use.
Absolutely.
And finally, we have the hazard pattern armor skin. Beware, danger, caution. A hazard skin for all your industrial creations. So that summarizes the kind of the whole update and DLC there, guys. And there's a section here on what's next. We already kind of covered. You can definitely read through this, guys, yourselves. We'll get the link in the chat. And in general, Marek already said later, there's big questions always on Warfare 2. Warfare 2 is coming. And the main thing, there'll be new weapons, there'll be new kinds of weapons, big improvements to combat, and quality of life changes. So still in the works. There's going to be some significant work ahead still, and there's definitely going to be some, I think, big changes to how combat is in Space Engineers. Like I've seen, I can't really talk about any of the kind of features and mechanics that we have planned, but already from what I've seen, there's going to be, it will like change how people use combat in Space Engineers. So that is still coming on the horizon there. So there you go.
Absolutely. I think for the very, how should I put it? The very observing players may notice there's a small, tiny little teaser hint hidden inside this update for the Warfare 2 update. But I'm not going to say anything else. Like that's all I'm going to say.
Do I know what this is? Maybe. No, I'm not sure
Maybe you don't.
Yeah. So teaser hunters, get hunting. Apparently there's something. You have to message me because I'm. Oh yeah. Okay, I do know what it is then. Yeah, I do know what it is. Okay, great. Yeah. Nearly appeared on stream though, actually, because it was nearly appeared on stream. Fantastic. Okay, that's cool. That's exciting. So yeah.
Awesome.
And of course, guys, we're always hiring these days from abroad as well. So even if you're not in Europe or the Czech Republic, and you're looking for a new opportunity, always check out our jobs page, because we're still always looking for more talent out there. And what better talent than talent from the community who already have a passion for space engineers and space. So definitely consider it. As it's been great actually having this, having remote collaboration has been massive, because it really has completely, it's like the difference of how wide the kind of net can be cast is just like, we've often, even myself, I came from the UK, right? And we even before this, we were always like open to hiring people from abroad, but with the intention to kind of relocate. But that relocation is not like needed anymore. So it's a big opportunity for people who are all over the world and have an interest in working at Keen Software House. So I think that goes over the update pretty well. We're going to obviously get into some more Q&A and some more art and more gameplay in a bit. But is there anything else from Sander today? Anything else you want to kind of give a shout out for, or make sure you've forgotten anything maybe?
I think we've done pretty much everything. Come work for Keen. It's pretty great.
There it is. Come work for Keen.
All right. I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you for coming on. See you later, Sander. See you in the next one.
Bye. See ya.
Okay then, guys. So now we're waiting on Natiq, lead artist, head artist Natiq, to talk about the amazing art that we've had in this update. So I don't see him in my Zoom yet. So hopefully he's just going to join in a second here. Just going to see. So here, there's cylindrical columns on the side. There's so many Easter eggs in this station. In terms of like, it's Easter eggs, but like subtle design, which you wouldn't necessarily notice initially. But yeah, let's see. Here's this new industrial cargo. Oh, Natiq is here. Fantastic timing. Here we go. And I know you guys, I see lots of questions in the chat. I know that Erin has been monitoring the chats, and we will, let me just accept this. And we'll get to all the questions after Natiq. So if we, once we've, interviewed Natiq here, we will try and replace pin. Okay, let's see. All right, Natiq, hold on.
Hey.
I hear you. Hello. Let's see. Let's transition in. There he is. The main art man himself, Natiq.
Oh, yeah.
How is it? How's it been to see the glory of the art team finally unleashed, you might say?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Completely fantastic. It's so great to hear you and to be here, actually. And first of all, I would like to, well, as usual, first of all, I would like to thank my dear art team and the great team. This is the great team I'm working in and have an honor to lead. And these are the glorious yet humble guys standing behind the visual beauty of this update and DLC, of course. So yeah, thank you guys for the outstanding job you did for this update and DLC parts, of course. You did really great job on the concepting, modeling, texturing, and other art related stuff, really. So great job.
I'm always saying how the team, the whole team, but the art team are continuously pushing themselves to make these models more and more detailed, and even if they're like, I don't know, not crazy detailed, what's there is just very refined and very polished, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we try as much as we can to push the quality. We're growing as a team, and there are new artists that are joining our team, which is also cool. And and because obviously we have a lot of cool and exciting things to work on ahead of us. But let me get this straight, guys. Artist's job is not only about cool and exciting stuff, right? We also face many challenges, like artistic challenges, of course. But we're totally fine with that. Like the saying goes, the safest place on Earth for a ship is a harbor, but that is not what ships are built for. So we're really trying to push our limits. We're trying to show off in the good sense. We're trying to say to the outside world, look how cool we are. Look how we can approach different kinds of tasks. How beautiful we can do some things. That's basically what is going right from our artistic hearts. Basically, we're trying to show off. We're trying to do cool stuff, so that the stuff that actually motivates people, that just looks awesome. That's very important for us as artists, really. And of course, we have a lot of plans, actually. And
so many plans.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm sure. Go ahead, man. Go on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Speaking about our beautiful art team, currently we're in the process of preparing the document and special type of onboarding document for the newcomers, so that the new guys that are joining our team know exactly our art style, so that all the blocks that we're currently working on and will be working on are on the same are in the same style, basically.
Right.
But this is very important because currently we have more than 600 blocks probably. Like 600 blocks, just think about it, like both large and small grid.
So many.
So,
and I say over 100 variants in this update alone, right?
Yeah, for sure. So just think about it. You need to establish some kind of a like art style that like some artistic boundaries, which you have to keep going along, so that all blocks are looking not the same, but in the same art style, and so that everything is like interconnecting in the right way. We've been receiving like comments about that some blocks are not going very well with especially older ones. So guys, we hear you. We do understand that we have these problems, or rather
inconsistency.
points.
Inconsistencies.
Thingies. So yeah, we will definitely look on that. We will also look on the optimizations. We do know that some blocks are probably like too complicated triangle-wise.
Yeah, but, or at least as long as the LODs can be more aggressive, or the LODs, it can be okay, but definitely performance. As much as everyone loves really detailed blocks and cool looking stuff, it definitely on the bigger builds it can have problems when there's just that much detail, especially if it's a block that, like, if it's like a med bay, you're not going to have 5,000 med bays, but if it's something like a gyroscope or a thruster, you might have lots and lots of those. So that's where it can kind of add up. I just wanted to just point out one thing about kind of the fact that some blocks don't match up perfectly, and it's simply because, like, you guys are trying to push yourself, but it's hard to push yourself to some point without shifting slightly, right? Like, one of the examples here, I'm not going to go into too much, but I think a really good example is this merge block, right? Here we have, it's a simple block, relatively. It's nothing crazy. It's not like a refinery. But here we have the two blocks here, and here's the original, which is, it's fine. It's fine, right?
Yeah, of course.
But then as soon as you come into the small one, even though it's smaller, like, it's like even the backside, it's got that much kind of more things going on, more detail, right? Compared to
definitely.
Because you guys have really excelled and have got really better at the methods of making blocks in SE. So looking at some of the blocks and seeing how you can, maybe improve them would be awesome, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Space Engineers is a game that is in development for some time already. And, the team had different artists, and this is an ongoing process, different artists, different styles, different tools even, different mindsets, everything, sometimes it's really difficult to keep the art style in one consistent direction. But what we try as hard as we can, and we have a lot of cool stuff coming, actually.
Well, without saying too much, but I know just because, Marek mentioned earlier, warfare stuff is still planned. There's a big question about it because we said this is the year of war and space engineers, but of course this is kind of a interlude, you might say, between warfare updates, and this is again still useful in maybe combat builds and so on, but it's also something for people who's not so interested in that as well. And we already mentioned the vague spoilers being new weapons, new kinds of weapons. So even that alone, you can just imagine some of what the art team has ahead of them without going into what that might be.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
So
all right. Let's dive into the screenshot.
Let's do it, man. There was one thing.
My favorite.
Your favorite section, show and tell, and Natiq.
That's so cool. Let's have a look at some beautiful pictures. One
thing I just wanted to show off was these hydrogen thrusters real quick, because on the small grid, they're actually different here. Like, you had to, I guess you didn't want to have them as complicated as like the larger ones.
Yeah.
The larger ones are more like the large grid, but the small ones are nice, but they have like these kind of like little tubes going around the outside of them here. So it's slightly different, but you wouldn't want all that detail on something so small like that. But still, I love the look of these small small grid thrusters here. So anyway, let's
By the way, speaking of those small grid industrial hydrogen thrusters, most probably we will be slightly optimizing that multi-tubes area.
Okay.
Because probably it might take a little bit, like it might be a little bit heavy.
Oh, okay.
It
Performance.
might be. We are not sure yet, but most probably we would like to optimize stuff. As I was already mentioning, it's just better to have things optimized as much as possible, because especially these types of thrusters are being used quite intensively.
Definitely.
Do I know it, right?
Okay, man. So we'll go on to the screenshots here. I first have the oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. This is it. And I first have the free update here. Let me just make sure it's.
Mm-hmm.
I want the playback to start at the start here.
Yeah.
Why are you starting? Okay, let's see what happens if I bring this up. Okay, wait, that's.
Okay.
There we go. So this is the. Oh, wait, no. Hello. Strange. It's. There we go. Now I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
this.
let's see. Yeah. Oh, did you start actually with the?
No, that's because that was the background image. That was why. It wasn't part of the slideshow. This is the background image. So this is shifting. This is basically the image, right, containing all the free content. It's like the free content version of the DLC banner, right?
Yeah. So this particular image, it shows quite nicely the armor plates, as you can see here. The mag plates, of course, right? What else? The posters, the propaganda posters made by our concept artist Mike Hamlet. He's working from USA, by the way. So yeah, like you guys were already mentioning, we're open for remote cooperation. So if you guys want to join our beautiful team, please send us your CV, apply, and we will be happy to see you guys in our beautiful, great art team.
Definitely. See here.
So this is the beautiful screenshot. What else can I say? It features armor plates, mag plates, and what else? And just the beauty of space engineers. What else? And the next slide, please.
This is this.
On the next slide, you will most probably see, with a little bit of lag that I'm experiencing,
Smocky's, some of the really cool rovers that I showed briefly on stream earlier, but also demonstrating the use of the armor panels, both the construction. I was saying this, like, the armor panels, obviously super exciting, but also the build states, the construction models of those panels can also be used with great effect, actually.
Yeah, I agree. And on the upcoming slides, you will see even the greater examples of how you can use the armor plates, not only their LOD0, like the build phase of the armor plates, but also the construction stage. So you can build so many cool things with it.
These rovers look amazing. There's just so much detail in there now. Like, again, the custom cockpit with the armor panels and small ship glass, and even those panels kind of like holding the wheels in place at the back. It's just awesome. Smoky is a master builder, so.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Miko.
There we go.
He's doing a great job.
Some of the ships in the background there also the armor plates.
Yeah, you can see how you can use those armor plates. Like they're a very big part of the design here. They're adding a lot, and especially in those framing of the for the window. Like it was a completely surprise for me, actually. I didn't think about that.
I feel like I haven't seen that before. Like, even though we've seen mods with armor panels, I probably have. There probably has been, but like I haven't really seen that used before. Even though the mod's been, I haven't seen that where people have like made like custom window cutouts using the armor panels. It's really, really, really cool use, and I'm sure our players will find, even more amazing uses of that.
Yeah.
Some more pictures here around this little base
for sure.
outpost.
All right.
Really nice use of the armor panels around this grinder pit. Let's have a look what else you've got here. On the ship here as well. There was a kind of a yellow construction theme, a lot of this update we were going for. Let's fit through some of these more. And this is a really interesting use of the magnetic plate and using them as shelves here. I'm not sure who made this, if this was Miko or Aghayev here who made the screenshot, but it's very interesting actually seeing this use of the magnetic plates as like magnetic shelves there. So, like I say, definitely there'll be some really interesting and unexpected or surprising uses of these new plates.
Yes, but I must say that I don't see the picture, Joe. So probably if you will send me the Twitch link, probably.
Okay.
So I can follow along.
Kianata will grab that for you, I think.
Yeah.
This is done by this is all done by Miko or Smoky. Made this image here.
Most probably yes. Unfortunately, I don't see it for now.
Check the chat.
I just need to click some buttons, and now I see it. Yeah, cool. So these beautiful red ships with armor plates, right?
Armor plates and 1x1 merge blocks. So you can see some kind of custom missiles that have been made here. It's a classic ship that Aghayev is. It goes back years actually, but you can see how to make those using the merge block and also using the panels there to make some really cool looking missiles. So definitely excited to see that stuff as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's
go. Let's go further.
This is the image for the splash screen. The new games, when you boot up the game, this is the image you'll now see.
Yeah, and on this beautiful image, you see the mag plates, of course. You see the armor plates and those three beautiful posters made by Mike Hamlet in vertical orientation, which is important. So because we have three variations for each type of LCD we have. So we have square, we have horizontal, landscape, and we also have vertical orientation of each posters.
Okay.
And the merge blocks, of course.
And the merge blocks, of course, as well.
They're so cool. Yeah, fantastic job, guys. Okie dokie. So let's see what we have next.
Okay, so this was the free, all the images containing just free content, guys, and now I'm gonna add all the DLC content. Out of interest, put an 07 in the chat if you guys have picked up the DLC. Out of interest here, I'm really curious to see how many players on PC and Xbox have decided to get the Heavy Industry Pack. Give me a little wave in the chat if you've got this one.
07. Oh, cool.
That's a lot. That's awesome. Whoa, chat be flying.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah. That's awesome.
That means a lot to us. Thank you for your support.
Okay, I have the next slideshow here.
Okay.
So the first image is the that's hold on, it should be, why is it playing? The first image is the actual. Okay, let me try that again. Trying to make it so it's not. There we go. We have the end screen, which I know, Natiq, you always always working really hard on actually to get all those blocks cut out and stuff.
Yes. I'm like picking them one by one and placing there to have this beautiful overview of what this update and the DLC part are about. So it's like plain and simple, so that you guys see what we have. Alrighty, so on the next slide, you will see what you will see.
Cargo containers.
Cargo containers. We need cargo containers. Lots of cargo containers.
And hazard pattern.
Yes. So yeah, this cargo container was made by our great artist Vladimir, He's working with us from Russia, from Moscow. So
More remote collaboration there.
yes. So really good job, man. Good job, Boba. So yes, this is the cargo content. Just look at the amount of the details here. So
Very
fantastic.
nice.
Yeah.
And there's actually some pipes as well there, but there's plenty more pipes to come. There we go.
Yeah, of course we have
Walk-in
nicer
assemblers.
screenshots of the pipes. Yeah, I love this screenshot. Really, I love this. It showcases the assembler.
Maybe I'll hide
and
us.
the beauty of pipes, of conveyor pipes. Yeah.
I decided I'm going to hide us here, Natiq, so people can enjoy the full glory of the screenshots we're talking about. So yeah, here we go. I don't know. I think these are probably on the store page, right? So if you guys are interested in these screenshots for any reason, or for wallpapers, I think they're all on the Steam store page. So
Yeah. You can check them there, guys.
So the next image we see the kind of this garage hangar warehouse with the girders and these kind of forklift vehicles. Yeah.
So this is just beautiful. This is so industrial, right? Because what comes to your mind when you're thinking about the industrial stuff? It's just probably pipes, like lots of pipes going in different directions, and those girders or beam blocks, everywhere.
Yep. The lighting's great in this as well. This is all. Yeah. I think mostly. There's a mix of I think Smoky and Aghayev here, but I think this one might be. This is Miko. I think Miko's world he made for this.
Yeah, I think this is Miko.
We have the red button, of course, the big red button with three buttons actually.
Red button, yeah. Which you can program. Yeah, this is just fantastic job by our another beautiful artist, Jan Trauschka. That's just fantastic job. And on this particular block, we used great software for that we are currently integrated into our art pipeline. It's called Moai 3D. So if you guys are interested in that type of hard surface design, I highly recommend and suggest looking into this app, into this software. It's just beautiful NURBS-based software that allows you to model really cool-looking hard surface, proper sci-fi style type of models. Alrighty then. On the next slide. Yeah. So yeah, you can see that they're quite detailed and beautiful. So yeah, really good job, guys. I'm really proud with the work we did. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly go through the rest, probably.
Here we have some glorious interior columns here. I love that with like the kind of like it's like the boss man's chair at the end of the room with the concrete skin as well on those cylindrical columns.
Yeah, exactly. You can alter the outer look of these, particularly these blocks, for example, with the different types of armor skin, and just look how different they look. And you can apply some clean armor, and they will look completely different, like material-wise. That's the beauty of armor skins.
There it is. Yeah, I'm curious now what it looks like with a camouflage skin as well. Right, there we go. Some more examples of the columns on top of a factory there.
Yeah.
It's taken from Marek's office.
Yeah. And we have on this screenshot, on top of those cylindrical columns, we have beautiful exhaust pipes. Look fantastic.
And there we go.
Next?
The next one is probably one of the coolest from a lighting point of view. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but just look at this. This is so cinematic, I would say. Especially for this screenshot, I would like to thank Miko. Like, Miko, you're doing a great job. That's it. Look at this beauty. There's so much going on here. Like, atmosphere, the mood-wise, It's just beautiful. So many detail here. It adds a lot, really, to the overall mood of this setting.
Smokey's in chat as well, actually. Miko's in chat there, so.
Shout out to him.
And we're back at the start again. That's I think that's I think that's our last. Still double check that. I believe that's our final image there. So, yeah, I'm hoping you guys are liking what you're seeing here. Is it maybe some of these screenshots will act as some inspiration for what you could do with your own builds?
Yeah.
No, hold on. No, I'm telling you a lie. We've got more images here, Natiq.
Yeah,
we're not finished yet, but for some reason.
Yeah, the last one that you showed, I think it was the 9th one, and after that we have up to 24. So we have quite a lot.
It's really weird. I have them added to the slideshow, but they're not showing here. Let me just remove the others and see if that fixes it. That's very suspicious. Okay.
Yeah, probably just refresh or remove.
Let's have a look. More screenshots.
More screenshots. Let's see.
Okay. Maybe this is going to work. So we've got more screenshots of those pipes there, glorious pipes, and the round hydrogens.
Yeah. This is just amazing stuff. And by the way, those hydrogen tanks, spherical hydrogen tanks, they were also made by Jan Trauschke. Armor plates, by the way, were made by Jan Golmitz. We have a beautiful art team, I must say. Very talented guys. So on the next slide, let's see what we have on the next slide. I think it should be some spaceship, right?
Yeah, we're getting to the juicy stuff now.
Yeah.
Look at that. Again, this is just fantastic work from our guys. It's
yes. Yeah, you have everything here. You have hazard
stripes,
armor
panels.
skin. You have the hydrogen thruster. You have armor plates. Like everything.
And that good old hydrogen thrust at the back. And the next picture is even crazier.
Yeah.
Like it's like the first ship upgraded, right? You go from this, and then it's like to that.
Yeah, that's a proper industrial look, man. Really.
Like,
let's look at this.
And so much round blocks. And Natiq, let me ask you as well. We're looking for these. How do you feel about, like, because we were talking about how traditionally SC's got a lot of angular blocks. So for you, when we're doing this update, probably has the most rounded blocks ever introduced into the game in one update. So how do you see like rounded blocks kind of act like in the mix between, or maybe breaking up some of the more angular builds here? Like, how do you, I don't know, how do you see that?
Yeah, well, the most important thing here is to keep the good balance between edgy stuff and round stuff, because well, everything about the outer space, I should say, is about rounded stuff, actually, because pointy, hard edge stuff are dangerous, especially in outer space or in for example, the same stuff goes for submarines, for example. You will probably not see any pointy stuff there, because if it's pointy, if it has sharp edges, it's dangerous. It might break in those points. It's called stress concentration. Yeah, that's exactly why illuminators, like windows in airplanes or in submarines, are made round and not as in your house, for example.
Corners make for weak points and pressure vessels.
Yes. So if it's pointy, then it will break there. So if it can break, then it will break there. Exactly there. So that's why it's made round. So and it's exactly that's why round stuff, if it's made properly, of course, art style wise, if it's still true to SC art style, that's why it's still true, and that's why it's still okay.
There you go. So definitely that's interesting though, because I think players have recently been asking how they want more love for rounded blocks. They actually want more rounded blocks, or even more rounded armor blocks, or rounded glass, for example, right? Because all our glass are like straight panels, but having some kind of curved glass. Imagine like a corner block that was like curved glass. That would stuff like this. People really really would like to see more of that. So it's good to see the reactions from even this stuff we've added today. So we're moving on with the screenshots here. The next one, this kind of rustic look, but you can see it in there. You've got the beam blocks. You've got some hazard in there as well. Yeah, the beam blocks, again, really adding to that industrial feel.
Oh, yeah.
The crane's looking awesome.
Yeah, this is very industrial. Let's look at this beauty.
We've got the small grid, large magnetic plate here, which, again, this is exactly when I think it was Vladimir I think Vladimir made this, right? When he was making this is the exact use I saw it in. I saw it like on a truck, on a crane or something, like a big, like you see at the wrecking yards, right?
Yes. Yeah. It just looks awesome.
Okay.
Let's see what we have next.
The refinery. This was Honza Golmitz, right? His glorious refinery. It was quite the task.
Oh yeah. So really good job. Good job, Jan. Look at this detail. Oh my god. And looks fantastic.
And interesting again to see how it's one of those things that because of the catwalks, they'd be hard to use when they're not in the upright position, but I think when they are, kind of allowing you to walk between them like that is super nice.
Yeah, yeah. Everything is still quite modular here. So if you have another block standing right next to it, everything will still line up nicely.
Okay, so next we have...
What do we have next? Let me see. It should be...
more of
factory.
more of the world in Mikko's world here with the rusted beam blocks.
Beam blocks, hazard, armor skin. What else? Cylindrical columns. What else? And just beauty.
Some cool stuff in there.
Next slide. Let's see, next slide, and the poster, of course.
Here we have the assembler, the assemblery skin.
Assemblery skin. Also made by Vladimir. Look at the amount of details. We would definitely try to put as much love as we could into this. Look at those detailing work. Because to our knowing, we need to have as many cool-looking, engineerish type of stuff in the game as possible. Because that's what motivates you. That's what makes you believe that all of these things are actually working. That all of this stuff are actually doing something. You know, they're not just stand there as a decoration. Though they are probably, but you have so that you have this feeling that these are the functional stuff that carries some meaning. You know.
Just a quick, Smokey mentions that this world he'll release this world on. This is not included in the official worlds. It'd be kind of cool if it was, but Smokey will be releasing this on his workshop in the coming days, guys. If you're interested in this big factory world, we're actually going to play on it a bit later today, I think. So yeah, let's keep carrying on here. So next up we have the beam blocks for both small and large grids.
Yeah.
And all their variants as well. Again, you've even got a rounder version too.
There. You have the yellow guy there screaming, "Hey, look at this beautiful beam blocks here." All right. Okay, on the next slide, you will see most probably the beautiful cargo containers again.
No, for some reason the slideshow doesn't like to have any more than a certain number of blocks, so I'm just going to quickly remove the ones we've already looked at. It's weird, I have them all added, but it seems to like reach a certain amount, and it's like, no, I'm not going to show any more than this amount, so I'm just going to remove the ones we've already looked at.
Yeah, so just probably grab some from 19 to 24.
Yeah. Let's see here, 10 to, we're looking at 19 now, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, delete these. There we go, that'll work.
All right.
Hold on. There it is. The large cargoes.
Yeah, large cargo containers. So yeah. When
you put those
large cargoes.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the things we already spoke about tonight, you know, there are some discussions about the poly counts and the concerned performance of these blocks, and it's definitely something, even not from this update, but before this update, that the art team has heard a lot about. So if it's optimizing these models while keeping the looks as best as possible, or if it's about improving the LODs of these models, it's definitely something that the art team is aware of when it comes to performance of these new blocks.
Yeah, for sure. Really, just once again, guys, I would like to thank you for giving your feedback. We hear it, we know where to head. So yeah, everything's fine. We're thinking of the ways how to fix some stuff, how to optimize some stuff, and we have a lot of plans in the roadmap. We have a lot of work actually regarding this. So yeah, we're considering it definitely.
Okay, next, we're nearly there now. Going through all these awesome screenshots. So the next we've got the hydrogen tank, the round industrial hydrogen tank.
Yeah. So hydrogen tanks, spherical, and
it'd be cool if the ladders on the side were climbable. If you could climb up the ladders around the outside.
Yeah.
And the hydrogen thruster. This is one of your pride and joys, I think, right, Natiq? The industrial hydrogen thruster.
Yeah. Just look at these details. You know, look at the pipes. There's so many cool stuff there. It's so realistic. It's when you attach this block into your spaceship just because of this thing here, because of this thruster, it just starts to look amazing. So really good job, Jan. And let's go to the next one. I think you will see the actual representation.
Just combining the round tanks. And actually, those round tanks fit on perfectly. They line up perfectly. This must be intentional with the back of those new large ones. So like, you can put the spherical ones behind the thrusters there to make it work.
Yeah, and they just look fantastic.
It's a very different look. It's a very different look. So it's just going to be curious to see how people integrate these with their existing ships or when they build new ships, because again, so many round blocks in here and detailed blocks.
Yeah.
So we're almost there. We've got 2 more left to go.
There should be mag plates.
Aha! These are the large. Yeah, these are the large magnetic plates of both small and large. We saw it briefly in the screenshots there, but we didn't see the large grid yet, I don't think. And the large grid ones
these are the large grid.
Are massive. Yeah. I think that they just feel so huge, right?
Oh yes. And what I like the most about this, about the design of these things, is that they actually the perfect example of these 70 by 30 rules. You know, when usually when we're designing stuff, when we're designing models, we're trying to obey this 70 to 30 type of rule, where you have, for example, if you have a model, then you should have 70% of the eye-rest clean looking areas and 30% of really busy looking areas, like the areas with wires, you know, like tiny details, some electrical blocks, you know, some small LED lights and stuff like that. So these 2 blocks exactly are the perfect examples of these rules that we're always using in our team.
Yeah. It's, again, this is one of those blocks. It's so massive. I'm curious what people use these for as well, because they could be used as like massive landing gears on some huge capital ships. Yeah. Just to have them embedded and just have them, because they're flat. I think they'll look, especially if you put them 1 block in, they could look really nice in the bottom of a ship like that. Like huge panels there. So. Yeah. And the final screenshot we have is the new industrial refinery reskin here. Yeah. With its walking catwalks.
Yeah, so we already covered it, and it just looks fantastic, and you can walk into it actually. So yeah, I think definitely it will be one of like the most beautiful blocks you could decorate your spaceship with, really, or your space station. It's just beautiful. It's so detailed. It's so industrial. Like it's properly high tech. So yeah.
I'm not even sure that one didn't make it into the splash, because there was so much stuff to show on the splash screen. You've already, like in this one on screen now, you try to fit as much as you could into it, but there was just so much to try and cover. So definitely.
Unfortunately for this time, I wasn't able to squeeze everything because there were so many cool looking blocks that, like, physically it I wasn't able to squeeze everything in this one banner.
I honestly think though that Natiq, this is the biggest. This, especially if you include the armor blocks and the armor panels and their variants. I was saying, I believe this is the largest number of blocks added in an update ever, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever added so many blocks plus their variants total in one go. Honestly, there's a really an awful lot in there. So.
Yes. Especially with variations.
Let's see that. Fantastic. So, in general, Natiq, is there anything else you kind of like to talk about with the art? I know I'm still waiting to get Natiq on to one of the weekly community shows to kind of interview Natiq and get some more insight into the art team and their processes. Because I know we've got a lot of kind of budding, artists and also kind of, future artists in the chat. So it would be great to get Natiq on to talk about some of the kind of the design rules and the processes that we follow in Keen to make all this good stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure, man. Anything else you'd like to talk about today, at least?
No, everything's fine. I think I covered everything. So yeah, just once again, thank you. I'm really excited about this DLC and update, and I really hope that you guys will do some amazing stuff with these blocks. And yeah, see you soon.
Thank you so much, Natiq. It's been awesome having you as always, Natiq. And yeah, great job for the art team. See you next time, man. Bye. Okay, guys. So we're going to get on our final guest who's going to come in with all the answers. The man with the plan. Give me just a second here to change. Let's have a look. What's that? I know there's lots of questions, so we're going to get those done now. Let's go. There we go. Kinata, welcome. How's it been, man? We had some issues with the release of the DLC on Steam, and there was some issues with the blog post, and then some issues with the stream. So it's a little things here and there, but I think everything's out now and everything's working. So
it's been extremely exciting.
I like that. That's good.
I'm absolutely impressed at people's ability to perform a total takedown on our servers. Our store page went down, our blog went down. All of that stuff's coming back on now. Everyone should be able to get your copy of the game off of Steam, and we are still rolling out the Xbox update. And hello to all the wonderful people in chat. How's it going? Thank you for sticking with us through the explosions and stuff.
Yeah. Apologies for as I was just saying, it's typical. Like, I've probably done, since the last update stream, I've probably done 10, 12 weekly live streams on the on Restream, and not a single hitch or breakup. And then today, boom. It is what it is, though. So
yeah. And speaking of that, so Devs Lost in Space, we usually announce it on the Discord server. Sometimes we post those announcements on social media as well. But if you have the opportunity to stop by to one of those live streams, we actually did some sneaky stuff. This time, Xocliw did some, what would you call those? Teasers. Or just straight leaks?
Yeah, so definitely, if you, definitely can be a good reason to watch some of these weekly shows we're doing. We revealed the armor panels live on stream last week. Yep. And before that, we did the magnetic plate as well. So definitely, if you keep your eye out, there's definitely teasers and previews to be found before the update comes out. We obviously we do some stuff on social media, but also the weekly live streams are also great opportunity to have answer more questions, because these update streams can be crazy. Like, even in every time in my head, it's like I'm like, it's somewhat it's just so much to cover, right? So much to cover, and to make sure everything's going smoothly. But yeah, normally our Thursday shows are much more relaxed and chill. We're basically just sat here chilling, talking about Space Engineers, talking to you guys about, you know, what you want to see in Space Engineers, talking about some problems. Yeah, we normally have a great time there. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I encourage you to stop by on a Thursday. But not tomorrow, because we've had today. So actually, there won't be one tomorrow, but next week, next Thursday, there'll be one. So, go on. I was just going to ask you, man, what are the biggest issues maybe that people have been having, and then we can try and answer some of the questions that people have had.
Just getting the DLC, but most of that's getting resolved right now. So we had the music update. We had a very explosive response to this release. I'm really I'm so excited to see how well this has gone. And then, yeah, our website exploding. And then if you have any questions, which I swear I just saw one, Snarky Grandpa said, can you make armor panels airtight? I think some of that could be made airtight, but I'm not sure. If you want to throw that in the feedback section, we would love that. I'll grab a link to it. I'll grab a link to the support section, and you can tell us all the cool stuff you'd like to see in the game. Oh, yeah. There we go. Bada boom. Yeah, if you run into something while you're chugging along, playing through the new content, please tell us about it. Let us know what's going on so that we can get in there and make changes as quick as possible. Oh, and Aragath said armor panels work the same as the similar window shapes regarding airtightness. So there you go. There's your answer on that.
Okay.
It should work correctly.
So it should work the same as window shapes. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And if anyone has any wonderful questions, now would be a fantastic time. But we did kind of front load this stream. Marek had some teasers about what's coming in Warfare 2. I can't really say anything more than that.
Yeah, I'll reiterate. Warfare 2. Warfare 2.
Exactly. There you go.
New
That's
weapons.
everything we can tell you.
New kinds of weapons. Big improvements to combat and quality of life changes. So that's the vague preview, but something, you know, definitely, you know, one of the things is, guys, is that I know some players want bigger updates, or maybe updates that don't contain DLC, for example. And as I said in like last week's stream, that's definitely something that's a possibility. Like a lot of people enjoy the current format, but I appreciate that, you know, a lot of you guys want a bigger update with some more gameplay changes. So definitely something that, you know, we're keeping an eye on. And there's some ideas and stuff. I can't say too much, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that bigger gameplay changes is something that you guys are talking about on a weekly basis. So definitely something we are you know, monitoring.
I see a number of suggestions in chat, not really questions. I did see the armor panels. Apparently the hazard skin is not lining up correctly. I would love to have that on the support portal. That would be fantastic, and we can get that sorted out nice and quick. Is there a way to donate money to you? No, there is not. But if you would like to support us, the continued development of Space Engineers is reliant on the DLC model. That's basically, we put out a big free portion of the update and say, here's all the stuff. And then we make things that are just pretty, not mechanical, just pretty things, and say, if you want to keep us up and running, please pick up a copy of our most recent DLC. So yeah, but definitely no way to donate. Are there any plans to add gameplay complexity and additional? Whoo, chat is streaming along.
Yeah, chat is lit today. Because now, of course, we have people from YouTube and Twitch today all in the same chat. So the one chat is flying particularly quick.
So more gameplay complexity and challenges in survival. We're always considering new stuff like that. We're always looking at new mechanics. I will tell you right now, if you have a suggestion, if you know the best thing we could add to Space Engineers, and I say this completely seriously, If you have the killer idea for Space Engineers, get it on the support portal. We have a suggestions area. You can go in, you can give us feedback, and then you can have all of your friends come and vote and make that the top ranked feedback item. So please share with us your ideas. Void space where you can place objects on both sides. No. So as far as how the new armor panels work, those are going to work just like the windows do as far as block placement is concerned.
I came back to the same world to get that vehicle out again. I just noticed though, unfortunately, when the stream, we had some issues today. When the stream we started, we're not at 60, guys. So if the, I don't know how it looks. If the stream looks laggy or something, it's actually not the game. It's because the stream is, normally we stream at 60, but for whatever reason, it's misbehaving today.
It's grumpy. It's mad at us. Vanilla counterparts to certain DLC blocks. There should be vanilla counterparts for most or all DLC blocks. There are vanilla catwalks. There is a vanilla passage.
JB's saying, what happened to Kianata? I'm not sure. He's probably referring to your beard. I don't...
Oh, what?
I don't know.
Not a clue. Not a clue. He almost looks like a responsible adult. Why would you say these things?
Oh my goodness.
The support portal still works if you have no friends. Just to clarify. More in-game lore. NPCs. Letters NPC in all caps immediately adjacent to each other. I see it in my sleep. So just know that we're aware of that request, and it's definitely something where conversations happen. Are you from the mirror universe? I'm not. And if anyone told you that, it's not true. So
what was the crane? I believe this crane, someone told me, here's the crane has got the big old, oh, look at that. So it's got the large magnetic plate on. Also kind of got some area to stand on there, I guess. I think Smoky said this can actually be controlled though with mouse and keyboard. Let's have a look. I'm curious here.
Oh.
Yes, it can. I'm very far away here, but let's have a look.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, it is as well. And then you can use the C key to, look at that. What a crane. Again, awesome use of these beam blocks down the side to make it ultra industrial. I guess these are the armor panels. Again, the use of the armor panels, the build states the armor panels there.
Sir Remog, I don't think that's all one word like that, but yeah. I share that sentiment. Are you going to fix the collisions to the armor panels? They will not fit, I think you mean, in a 1x1 space. We could definitely take a look at that.
Probably should, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure which armor panel specifically you're talking about. There are 64 new ones, so perhaps one of them doesn't have correct collisions. A quick screenshot for us or just a quick bug report on the support portal would be fantastic. Oh, Aragoth said Q and E using the script.
That also, rotates it, but it's not, rotating isn't like probably the most important thing here, but I can pick up this little car with this. Let's see.
I'd love to see a toggle for build states and creative. What do you mean, Naughty Ostrich?
It's massive, that block, man. This huge magnetic plate here, it actually has like almost the same collision. Hold on. Oh, am I picking up? As this entire grid here. I got it? I'm trying to pick this up. What's going on here? Wait.
Is it not? You may not be able to activate.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the new. Okay, it's the new thing. We come in here, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's to do with the new functionality that we have. So initially, right, if you press P, it would lock everything, right? But that's part of the changed functionality. You guys can now choose your wheels, your landing gears, your connectors, the functionality of P. So you can, again, it's a big change here. So this, you have to use the toolbar, but it means you can't accidentally unlock something by pressing P or whatever. So it forces toolbar usage in this case, but it's, again, optional there. So, yeah. I picked up the crane, but I picked up the smaller vehicle by its subgrid, but it's working.
Naughty Ostrich, that is a really interesting suggestion. So just the idea of partially assembled blocks being the kind of thing you place, or I build state is a better term for it, but yeah. Sorry for the bad Star Trek joke earlier, but is it intentional that the new small grid thrusters can't attach to the original conveyor tubes? If there's an issue with mount points on those, I would definitely, yeah, I'm not sure. If there's an issue with mount points on those, that's definitely a bug report. We would love to have it.
Yeah, again, that's the key thing. Like, the QA team works really hard to make sure that there aren't any new bugs introduced with a new update. But as always, you guys take it and find, thousands of new combinations to combine blocks and functionality and so on. So it does happen. So if you find any bugs from this new update, please do, get them reported ASAP. And hopefully, there's still time this week. So if there's any major issues or major crashes, hopefully we can get some of that fixed later this week.
Armor plate textures are not. Yeah. So all of these things, I love me some bug reports. We can get a whole list of changes we need to put in and then push out a hot fix as quickly as possible. The faster you report it to us and give us good examples of exactly what's going on. This is what's wrong. This is how I made it happen. Please fix it. We can get that stuff taken care of very, very quickly. And speaking of bug fixes, almost 100. I think it's a little bit over 100. I might have to go count them again. I think it's a little bit over. It's like 101 or 102 bug fixes in this update, which is enormous. And they're divided into items that came directly from the support portal, and then other items that were also found along the way. So give me a couple days, I can break any game. Thank you, old grumpy. I appreciate it.
This smaller crane here is awesome, actually. Like, it's got two cockpits. One can be dedicated for controlling the crane, right? And what's nice is, by pressing Y, you can't turn off. I mean, you can't turn off certain things by accident or anything. So it's, let's see. And once you enter the lock the landing gear, turn on the light, enter the remote control, and again, this has got with a script set up that you can control the crane with your kind of WASD keys, and it's really nice here. Sorry, I distract you there for a second. I just thought this is a super nice thing.
No, you're good. I'm reading. There's lots of interesting things being talked about right now. So, how to report a bug. If you head over to our support portal, you can click on the game you want to report for, either Space Engineers on PC or Xbox, and then head over there and click literally report a bug. Done. Or provide feedback, and then just say, this is cool, this is not cool, can you do more of this? That'll work too. Right, so inclusion of new features, the new NVIDIA RTX type stuff, the DLSS, what is that? Dynamic something, I don't remember, they rescale stuff. It's some kind of crazy rescaling magic that makes games pretty. Yes, we don't have anything to announce on that end right now.
Juarez says, please stop making this game. It's wasting away my time. I even call in sick to play this game. Make it stop. Please make it stop. That's, yeah, I mean, I mean, as addictions go, Space Engineers isn't the worst one to have out there for sure. But it's always, always good to keep an eye on those things.
Yeah.
Juarez. I love all this new stuff. Like, again, this is possible. This would have been possible exactly with landing gears, and also, but now you've got this block that looks like it's like created for that exact purpose. That's obviously part of the industrial pack, but you could do the same. Could be achieved with a button panel, a flat plate too. So you could come in here, and maybe one. I'll turn off. Hold on. Maybe one wouldn't be enough.
Should be.
But you could even look at this. You can even do something like that. Make like an X shape here.
Yeah.
Look at that. See?
All I have to say about these landing gear panels.
I love this stuff. I love this.
PMW, player-made weapons. If you have never attached something to someone else's ship and then flipped a gyro on override while you're fighting against them, you haven't lived.
Player-made weapons, and that's something I've heard a lot about the last couple of months.
Oh yeah.
Yes, player-made weapons are going to get a lot easier. Well, even in terms of on the small grid, shall I say, on the small grid, the forbidden word.
The forbidden word.
No, it's just been quite controversial in the StarCore stuff we were doing.
Yep. Yes. And we gave a shout out to the modding community, but we don't give enough shout outs to the modding community. So once again, we love what you do. Thank you for inspiring us with your need to create. Is really just incredible. One of my favorite things to do, I'm pretty sure I say this every stream, one of my favorite things to do is to get on the workshop every single morning and see what's new. I absolutely adore that moment, especially when I see something come up and I'm like, no, what? Yeah, so thank
every
you
week for like 7 years, well, however long, even before the workshop, it's a constant stream, and it's always that, like, whenever you think that everything's been done, it's not. Even in the vanilla games, some people find some new ways to use the blocks, or modders create something which can even spawn a whole new experience. So yeah, like modders love every day, and just creators love. Just like even non-modders, but just builders. Every day, every hour, in fact, there's new great stuff out there. So thank you guys for your continued support, both by buying the DLCs and by still building more and more and more and making more and more mods. So it's fantastic, and being a part of the community, coming to streams and hanging out in chat. It's a special place.
Naughty Osters, it looks like Digi and I have some new toys to employ to mess with Womble. I fully endorse this plan. Break all the stuff and things.
Let's see here. I'm going to release this. Wait. There you go, Math. I'm pleased I could help. So you don't have any more specific stuff today, Aaron?
I see lots of suggestions. I definitely see some bug reports coming in, and I really hope you take a trip to the support portal and report that stuff for us. When you get to the support portal, take 2 minutes, go ahead and use the search feature. You might not even need to type anything out or report anything. Your bug may be pre-existing. Maybe somebody got to it before you today. Just go vote. There's a vote feature, and all you have to do is click a button and you're done. So we really, really appreciate people using that support system. It's a big deal for us.
And there is so many things, but there's like, even though not everything is I'm just trying to do something stupid here. Even though not everything is released or address every update, a lot of the stuff we get to eventually. There's so many requests, and there's only so many hours in the day and so on. But most suggestions on there are great suggestions, honestly, and that would fit into the game just perfectly, right? I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to throw this off the cliff. I don't know why. And... Oh, that was really... Oh, okay. Just exploded. I'm just loving these vehicles. I'm excited to see Xocliw release this map. Like, the map looks great. It's great use of all the new blocks, and there's some really cool machinery and some really cool vehicles to play around with as well. So, let's see. Yeah, we can just keep looking at questions then. I've been.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, man. I haven't got anything particular. I'm showing. Guys, is there anything you want to see in game, like specifically right now?
Oh dear.
No. I just mean, like, is there some of the blocks? Like, if I come down to here, we've here are all the industrial pack blocks, for example. I think I've showed all of them off, at least for a moment. So, if there's anything you want to have a look at.
So we have the changes to how the Y power, the Y and P, or the power and brake toggles work. We also, on the blog post, have some nice GIFs up that show you some basics on how those changes have taken place. If you have feedback on that, that's something we really, really want to hear about. We'd love for you to tell us how you feel about those changes. Maybe you see a better way to do something. Go ahead and tell us about it. We want to know.
Definitely. Build with panels. Okay, I'll show some panels as well. We can do that. Climb says subgrid ships got dampeners bug fixed. That might be good to show. So again, I haven't mentioned everything, guys. There's so much in this as always, and some of the stuff is in the changelog. But you know, if that's what I'm thinking of, the dampener subgrid issue was one of those ones that's been around for a long time, and there's a bunch of bug fixes like that. So I really encourage you guys to check the changelog to see if maybe the issue that you were encountering has been fixed, because I said over 100 over 100 bugs are fixed in this. Yeah.
Ransom Gaming, as far as official VR support, that is not something we have plans for at this time. But Sectan, the person you're talking to, has a number of really inspired projects and some very cool VR stuff. A bunch of games. I mean, there's tons to explore there. So, yeah. New solar panels, scaffolding parts.
I'm showing off
NPCs.
Yeah, so the scaffolding, the scaffolding parts. I'm just showing off a bit here. So all of these blocks in here, guys, in this warehouse, these are, yeah, these are the beam blocks here. You have like cross sections, T-section variants. But yeah, in this case, they make really cool looking shelves here inside this this big warehouse. And what's that there? Oh, the armor panels. There you go. So the combining the beam blocks, the armor panels, to make these interesting shelves. And I guess with the right, yeah, you can come in with this forklift and pick up some of these and take them. I can do it here, maybe.
Yeah. Very cool.
Let's see. Okay. See if I got. We'll go pick up the middle one there. And I'll show you some of the armor panels. There's just so much. I can't even begin to show you some of the potential that you can, all the potential you can use with some of these new blocks and stuff. But I'll do a little bit here. Let's see. Okay. What you got here? Where are the? Do I see? Is there a remote control?
Satesis, will you be adding a T-junction for the pipe conveyors as well? Something that I always believe would complete the full conveyor block. The vanilla conveyors will remain as they are. They have a conveyor junction. That sounded like you discovered something amazing.
Yeah. This is using a script again. Smokies. I use Q&E. Amazing. So I don't actually press the toolbar, guys. I literally just use the Q&E key to change the height like that. Fantastic. Which script is this, Smoky? Which script are you using for this particular? Is it the Digi one?
Any plans to add radar to the game? It's currently very hard to find other players. Unfortunately, we're not sure sometimes players don't want to be found, I guess is the best way to say that. So it being very hard to find other players could be interpreted as either a very good thing or a very bad thing. Do you have a permit for operating that forklift? You can't just jump in.
You got a license for that, boy.
Yeah, you got a license for that there.
Yeah. So there's the script there. And you know what? This is bringing back to, I would love to see scripts. I'd love to see some like vanilla approved scripts for like, I don't know, for easy access for anyone. But this is one of them, right? Like being able to control subgrids and pistons and rotors with like your keyboard and mouse. It's so nice. I mean, this is amazing. Driving around and just booping this little thing I'm carrying. This world will be available, guys, on the workshop, on Smocky's workshop soon. I mean, look at that. It's actually really nice location here on Pertime. You kind of got the mountains in the background and this super industrial factory with all these pipes in here. This is the cylindrical columns, just kind of embellishment, you might say, on this build. I might fly around and spectate. Go ahead, man.
It looks absolutely proper. Like it literally, looking at this giant industrial complex, I'm kind of like, are they refining some kind of petroleum product? What's going on here? You know?
Yeah, and here's actually, we've got the new refineries with the walk-through catwalks here as well, so you can walk in between your refineries. We've also got the new conveyor sorter there as well, all mixed in. And here's what someone was asking for the new assembler. So like, you've got a pathway across the new assembler here. And there's nothing to check in here. There's no interaction panel, but for like a viewpoint or just for coolness, you can also walk into the this assembler here. I'm trying to find where the pipes are. There's a really cool shot. I'm just going underground here to see if I can find it. Sorry, apologies for the camera angles. Smoky, is in that pipe shot with all the cool pipes? Is that in this world or is that another world? Hold on, I see pipes here. Maybe here? No, I don't know. That might not be here.
Bullet Force, will you change the way players can remotely delete their grids? It ruins PvP as players can steal other people's ships can't steal other people's ships without them insta-deleting it. That's an option that can be toggled on and off depending on the server. If you want to disable that function on your server, you certainly could. Were there ever any plans for the monolith? Oh, we're not allowed to talk about that.
We can't talk about that one.
We can't talk about
Easter eggs.
Talk about the monolith. Yeah.
Wow, what is this? This is crazy. I mean, this is just like, this was the catwalks added in Warfare, but it's interesting to see like this, the ducks here. Look at this. Upside down. This is some crazy passageway usage here.
Ravenbolt Gaming, this world will be made available by Smokey on his workshop.
Semi-official. Again, I would love to have this as one of the. I wonder if this would. I wonder if what it would take to have one of these as one of the new scenarios or something like that. Oh, I found a big spinning fan. That's cool. Interesting use of stairs blocks here as well. The surrounders of the. Conspiracy.
Oh wow.
Cool,
the lighting with the fan blades going is absolutely epic. That looks glorious.
That's Smoky.
Yeah, that's just what he do. Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh.
I mean, all of these worlds that the guys, especially at the Pertime Orbiter and stuff, it's a lot of it is to kind of the reason, one of the reasons that we often make scenarios, not all the time, but some with some of the updates, is that it's a really nice way to showcase the blocks, right? Maybe if you see these blocks and like, okay, especially if you're new to the game, it's like, how do I even use all these? So often, one of the big kind of reasons for creating these scenarios, as well as being something to explore, it's something is a really cool way to showcase the blocks and maybe, kind of drive some inspiration. I mean, this is a combination of, this isn't just content, of course, of heavy industry here, but again, this is the catwalks that came in Warfare to make these kind of 2 block wide corridors. But it's all coming together. Actually,
Zarov, any new planets or new solar systems that we may be able to go to in the near future? We're always planning for new stuff, but I don't have any specifics for you. And then, goodness, it just went zipping along there.
That's very interesting. Look at that. Using the catwalks. That's crazy. So
Interesting.
So the catwalks have like this neon armor skin for the glowing red bits, but also the light inside it is red. That creates a very, very interesting... I mean, again, even I'm seeing some of this stuff for the first time. The more ways, and that's what I'm saying, like, you have X number of blocks, but that can almost be times by, not infinity, but you know what I mean? Like, just because there's so many uses for blocks that people don't immediately discover, right? And as well as all the build states as well, so yeah.
Satesis, does the advanced assembler reskin also have 8 connection points for modules? It has
believe
the
so.
same, yeah, they're organized differently, but it does have the same number of connection points. And actually, because of the way they're organized on the back, I guess you have one new way you could mount upgrades. So is there any plan for more scenarios? I'm one of those players who just enjoy scenarios, and in all honesty, SE scenarios are some of the nicest, but it could use way more. We have lots of plans for lots of new things, but unfortunately I don't have any specifics right now, other than Warfare 2 is a thing and it will happen.
Yep. And I missed it there.
Yep, they're zipping through. Can we get a Temple of Clang pack? I'm not sure. Once we decide on how to spell it, because clearly it's with a K and not a C. But
oh, this is like a It's like a grinder pit, which I guess comes down. Okay, so normally grinder pits, but this is like a grinder roof. You bring something down into this pit, and then the... Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Remove wheels on vehicles. Use the crane to deposit heavy scrap carefully. Does that move out as well? Hold on a minute here. Oh, it's just... Oh, okay, it's just on a piss and it just goes down here like that. But that's interesting. Great. That's the holy war pack was C versus Clang of a C versus Clang of a K.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the deal with concrete? I don't think there is a deal with concrete.
I think probably. Unless they're referring to, I know that players still want concrete to be its own block, like a use for gravel, right? So I don't know how that would look if that was something we did. How that would work if we eventually added concrete. How that would work with the concrete skin. But definitely it's something that it's high up on the list, right? Everyone has too much gravel. It's high up on the list of requests, I think.
I think that wouldn't be pronounced Canada anymore. It would be like Cianata or something like that. I don't even know. We need more grid weapons. Well, we'll see if we can do something about that.
We got some. Hold on. Nice. Got some crew. There's so much to find in this map. I'm actually kind of excited for you guys to get this yourselves, because I haven't explored all of it yet, but I'm just flying around trying to find some stuff, and you've got like the kind of living quarters here, bit of warm wood.
Mm-hmm.
The new banners, which come in, I think, 3 sizes. You have the horizontal, vertical, and the square aspect ratios of these posters.
Xocliw's personal office space with solid mahogany floors.
I would love an office like that. The one now I have is it's a mess. It's a good thing I don't see the rest of it on stream.
Oh, man. It's not simulated wood grain. We spare no expense for Xocliw's office. That's real mahogany brought from Earth. More variations of armor. Currently, there's only light and heavy. Only mahogany. I expected solid gold everything. That's because Xocliw's office needs to smell of old books and rich mahogany. The slight twinge of cigar. Just... I'm seeing lots of suggestions.
Yeah. And any kind of updates, guys, mainly about this update today. That's the best, I think, for now, because we can always answer general SE questions in our weekly Thursday streams. General development questions. But today, it's definitely best. If you have any questions about this update, this DLC, I've heard that the update's now live on Xbox as well. So hopefully Xbox players can now get stuck in as well with those armor panels and all that goodness.
I'm loving the new refineries. I am super happy to hear that. I think they're so gorgeous. Oh, the insides of my hangar bays, there were walls. The walls are all being torn down so that I can see all that exposed machinery now. Oh, it's going to be great. So.
Do the small and large merge cost the same? I don't know, actually. We can have a look here. Merge. No, they don't. The small one does cost less. The small one only costs 1 computer, 1 steel tube, 1 motor, 3 construction components, and 2 steel plates. That's large grid. Sorry. Wait. Okay, there we go. It's better. And not quite double. The normal one has extra computer, 2 more construction components, and 2 more steel plates. There's a bit of a difference there. Oh, Aragav says they cost the same. Well, do they? I'm seeing something different here, Aragav. Slightly. It would make sense though. Like the other one is, well, the other one's bigger, right? It's 3 by 1. So it would make sense if it was a. Oh, look at Aaron there in the background. My music playlist ran out amazingly, and we started listening to Space Engineers videos. Hello there, and as usual. Okay.
It is quite trademark though. It is. This is Aaron from Lost on Games. It's kind of wonderful.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Okay, some more questions here. Will we get diagonal armor plates? What do you mean? Isn't that already? Oh, you guys wanted to see building with armor plates. Let me do that now. Hold on. I can use this vehicle here. Diagonal. I mean, we have diagonal, no? Diagonal in what way? Let me actually. Where's that big hangar gone? That big hangar was good for that.
Fusion reactors. So new energy types. There's tons of stuff left to expand on. In Space Engineers, most of the time, even with all that's already happened, I feel like we've only started to scratch the surface, and we have a lot left to do. So,
unless diagonal, you mean? I'm trying to think how you mean diagonal. You have so many. I missed the names. This is the names are tongue twisted. We've got the light armor half panel 2x1 tip right. You got the light armor half panel 2x1 base right. Slope, base left, tip right, tip left. I'm just curious here. This is that one. Like the face of the inverted corner. So hold on a minute. Oh, okay. So if you did something like, where's the normal slope? Normal slope. Here we go. So something like this, right? You're talking... yeah. So you're talking about what to put in this corner, right? So what do we have? That might be something to report. Let's have a look. So you got this. Yeah. I
mean, it would be a suggestion, but it would be an inverted corner.
Okay, yeah. So you're right. You don't have the... I mean, well, yes. You actually can't... That's actually interesting. So you can't actually cover this corner up because... With this one, you could do one side, but there is actually... You can't even do two in the middle there. So yeah, you'd either want like a corner that's literally like right angled, like boom, on that side, you know, on the other side as well, right? Which would be flat. Or you'd want... I mean, there's a ton of options. Well, no, and there's just one that would be like a cross like that. It would be like a cross like that, up like that. Okay, that's a good point, guys. Windows have that, which is interesting because I thought, do they? Oh, hold on. Maybe, yeah.
I'm not so sure that corner can be covered. Once you've occupied that location with a block, I don't think you can put anything else there. Oh
yeah, okay, Windows have that, which is, of course they do, which is, it's just the one, which is confusing because I thought we had all the same. There you go, look. Right. So okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, guys. Okay. That's a solid request, especially after, you know, I think we said that it was pretty much the same as Windows. So yeah, slope corner armor panels. Would that be the same for 2x1s as well then, right? So again, let me look at glass. Totally. Glass. Oh, windows, not windows. Glass. We've got 2x1 face. That's fine. This is flat. I'm gonna get them out anyway just to make sure. Hold on. Yeah, this is whatever. This is like we've got all these. So I think also the 2x1s, right? So if you were to have running armor panels. These are half blocks, but it's whatever. Wait, what? Wait. No? Hold on a second. There is definitely a right version for this. I'm just... Probably skip past it. So, man... That's a... Okay. I haven't played around with these much. It's okay, I'll just use this one instead. So I'm being stupid. So yeah, again, if there was the half blocks, you have nothing to put in this corner, right? I mean, I don't think there's actually window for that though. You have like two... No, well, we don't have half... We don't have half window blocks. So actually, that isn't missing from Windows. But how about... Not this then. How about... Oh yeah, like the 2x1s like this. That's the base, right? That's the base.
Just to clarify, that window, because I need to write this down, is the 1x1 face was the name of the window.
The name of the small grid block is... The name of the small grid block is... Yeah, like the window 1x1 face is the equivalent of the window variants. But I'm just looking here. I guess, I mean, the problem is with any like armor blocks, you can go on forever. So there's
absolutely.
And there's always, you know, opportunity to add more later and so on. But I think the 2x1s is like probably nice to have, but probably the 1x1 is probably quite a common. Like again here, right? You can cover this up. Let's see. Well, no, you can't. Well,
you can get part of it.
You can get part of it, yeah. But I think we don't have a window like that either. We don't have like a huge. Yeah. So I'm just making sure I'm not going. Okay. Okay, that's interesting there. So there will be. Yeah, as Aragaf says, that will be a lot of missing shapes. But from what I can see, there could be a ton more, right? But maybe that one by one. What do you reckon, guys? Maybe Aragaf's in the chat. He knows what's up. So I feel like this one could be really like good for the common things. Obviously stuff like this, but you can maybe work something else out for that. I don't know. So interesting. Okay.
You're in the notes. You made it into the notes.
Aragaf says, please no more.
Sorry. You drew the short straw. Keep up the armor block shapes in glass so we can build the same shapes with armor as we can with glass and now plates. Right on. Plans to have more of the textures affect build states. That would kind of be a mixed blessing because a lot of people use build states of blocks specifically for what they end up looking like a metal frame. So that's an interesting idea, though.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not infinite. It's definitely not infinite, but there's a you can a bit like you can go down the slope. You can go down the slope, and there'll be more and more and more. But not to say that it can't be done at some point or anything. It's just a matter of resources always doing that. And as you guys know, there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I mean, heck, Warfare 2. So it's one of those things that we just have to see how we get on with time and stuff. Great.
Whoa. I can't get over this factory.
It's glorious. It's glorious.
It
Very
looks
nice.
So intentional, like real, like it was copied from a picture of I mean, it really looks like an oil refinery. How long is the pipeline? I'm not sure.
The pipeline in this? This pipeline is... Oh, maybe this? And this just kind of goes into the mountain, I think, for the scenario, so... I don't think it's... and actually, this is... this is actually round armor blocks. Rather than actual tubes. SE oil. SE oil confirmed.
The update pipeline?
Oh, the update pipeline. What was the...
How long is the pipeline?
How long is
like,
it?
how much longer do we intend to update Space Engineers?
Yeah, I guess.
A really long time. You will celebrate multiple birthdays.
There you go.
Is that...
No, there is. I said earlier, no, there's a lot. There's still lots of stuff in the pipeline for sure. In the pipeline. Yeah, and yeah, it's gonna be. There's plenty more to look forward to. Let's have a look here. Okay, guys. Well, is there any more massive questions you want to address today, guys? What do you think? Any? There is a lot of questions still, but probably best would be check out the update. Get stuck in. We may have answered your question already, so if you just got to the stream, maybe have a flick over and read the blog post as well. There's lots of information in there. And we'll be definitely back like next Thursday with another Keen stream. So if there's issues and something's come up in the week, we can cover all that. And there's normally a lot more time for questions on these weekly community streams because, yeah, we're not releasing a huge update. I'll probably be streaming tonight myself later on. I've got to get some food. So if you feel free to come over and ask me more questions later today as well if you want to. And yeah, as long as you see any big questions, Kianata, if there's any big things you've missed.
Nothing super crazy. Please stop by the Thursday Devs Lost in Space streams. We don't always have the opportunity to set time aside to do them, but we try to get them done as often as possible. So come on by, ask some questions then. Definitely.
I'm trying to find it somewhere in here. Where's the... Let me turn this down. I know Smoky put a jukebox in here somewhere as well. I remember walking past and hearing music. Let's have a look. There it is. So again, also we've got those new music tracks for you guys to listen to. Oh, maybe it just has one. I don't know. Let me.
Right, you can find a full track list and a full artist list. That's part of the free update in the blog post about this update from all of the winners from the music contest. You can also find all of that information in the credits in Space Engineers.
And yeah, as I say, the artists were added to the credits as well. So yeah, big shout out to our competition winners. Great job. Oh, hold on. I think if I left the door open. I love that. I'm gonna have the elevator music probably in so many maybe not like on a super high volume, but just in some like, especially if it's like a mess hall or something like that. I don't know, something just kind of like just some ambient stuff, you know. So fantastic.
All right.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. It's been another exciting release day, and you bet we're going to be eventful as always as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see something again. 07's in the chat, guys, if you've actually picked up the Heavy Industry Pack today. I'm curious how many Heavy Industry Pack owners we have tonight. Day one owners. Yeah, and I'm trying to think here. Keep the feedback and bug reports coming on the support site. Other general shout outs, merch, Keen merch. Check out the Keen merch. We've always got, I'm not sure if we've added any more this update, but we're always in general adding new merch to the store and stuff. So if you're looking for a Space Engineers mug or a poster or a t-shirt, there's always stuff going on the merch store. And I'm trying to think of a general announcements we have if it ends. A lot of 07s though. A lot of 07s in the chat. Fantastic. That's awesome. I see many pages of 07s. So we really hope you guys enjoy that, and we're going to be keeping an eye out on the, on the Steam workshop and on the socials for all your amazing builds. It's going to be, great stuff. We've already saw what the our designers have done, but now that it's unleashed upon the entire Space Engineers community, I know we're going to see some magical stuff. Magical. Great. Let's see. And yeah, if you are just arriving, guys, the Marek's blog post, which should be stable now, right, has all the information that you possibly might need for this. Was the game hidden here? Have I just hidden the game? Was it hidden the whole time?
I just looked up and saw that it was hidden. So.
How long has it been hidden for? Because I was running around trying to show the jukebox off.
I was following chat.
I just can't remember if I'm suddenly lost myself if I just hid it or if it's been hidden for like a while now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was. Okay. You just heard it. Oh, okay. Okay, it was there. All right, great. Fantastic. Okay, guys. All the links in chat. Any final words from the Kianata himself with that glorious beard?
That glorious beard.
Always has cooler beards than me.
I don't have. It's equal parts Xocliw Kaneda cool beards. Please stop by our support portal. Leave us feedback. Tell us what you think. Leave us bug reports. They make a huge difference. The faster you stop by and drop that stuff off for us, the quicker we can get to the issue and get it resolved. Thank you everybody for showing your support and for sticking it out with us today. I know that we ran into some bumps and scrapes along the way, but thank you for being here to the end. Much appreciated.
Definitely. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. It's been really exciting stuff, and we'll probably get this stream edited because I don't know how many splits there was. It's super annoying, but I'll try and get that edited ASAP, and then we can put the full stream on YouTube. So yeah. Great. So we'll see you guys very soon. Actually, next week on Thursday, we're going to be doing a special stream from the Keen offices, where we're going to be walking around the Keen offices in game from a map and a blueprint that a player made, and we'll be walking through the real life office at the same time. So next Thursday, will be an interesting Dev Lost in Space stream with Marek, featuring Marek as well. So hopefully we'll have some more time to speak to Marek about general keen and good AI stuff, I imagine. And yeah, actually reminds me, because of that, we won't maybe there will be a stream tomorrow, a keen stream. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll see. And maybe I'll catch some of you guys later tonight. And yeah, I'll be around to answer more questions if you guys have any later today after I grab some food. So have a fantastic rest of your days, and we will see you all soon. Keonata, thanks so much for joining me. Thank you to Sander, to Natiq, and to Marek, of course, for joining me on another Keen release stream. And we'll see you all very soon. We'll play the trailer one more time to finish as well. So, yeah, another fantastic trailer from Ladislav actually here. So let's watch that trailer again. Bye-bye, guys! I was going to think of a new pun, but I'm actually... something industrial... I'm just going to reuse one, but you got anything for me? Got anything for me, Aaron?
I want nothing to do with these puns. Do it. Do it. It's going to hurt. Just do it anyway.
I might have still one from chat. Chat, I need it. Let me think. Any industry? No, I got nothing. I got nothing. I should have thought of one before the stream even started. No. Don't ruin it. I'll just say, if in doubt, jump drive out.
Do you have what it takes to be a space engineer? It's not about the battleships. It's not about the resources. It's not about the gear. It's not about the technology. It's not about the armor. It's about your need to create. It's about you.
Bonus. I got one from Climb. I hope it was worth the wait for the mag plate. Yep, that's it now. Okay.